We're streaming?
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is Call of Cthulhu, Session 2. The adventure is called, and I'll tell you now, House of Memphis. So it would be great if some of us, one of you, could just give a quick recap of what happened in the first session.
Lemro was called to do a job by Sally for a gangster in the Boston area. A magician's stuff was broken into by young street urchin gang types, hoodlums, who all died heinous deaths in the house. Assailant unknown. Um, we were set to investigate this by the mobster. We learned that the apprentice apparently has a pair of caskets or wardrobes that allow him to teleport from one to the other. He uses it on a
So,
stage act.
yeah.
He has a book, or he had a book. Snatched that shit up thanks to my good friend John. And we left. We have reconvened with the book, and we're going to investigate that a bit, which we have. We've learned that it really is just not a good time. Looks like it's got some nasty spells in it. And I think our next step is probably confront the apprentice. Yeah?
Others want to add?
The who? Confront the who?
The
Apprentice.
apprentice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Harold? Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead, you, Joe.
Also, kind of like just important detail to note is the kids that died in the house all died in a way where like they could not all have killed each other, and yet it appears that there wasn't. It's hard to tell like how they all killed each other because they couldn't have, but that's how the police ruled it. And we also have a couple of leads at the Ace Emporium and at Nelson's Restaurant, right? Those are two leads that we haven't messed with yet.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So I'm just trying to find the specific info. So Lemro was told by Joe Edwards, the police officer contact, that the murders took place, where the killings took place, on the first floor, Memphis's prop room near the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
One burglar was impaled with 5 swords, some of which were actually stuck into the wall and proved very difficult to remove, while another was strung up by a rope and hanged by the neck, a small pot laid knocked over near his feet, a third was missing both hand and feet. The wrist chopper stage prop nearby was drenched in blood. So that kind of goes back to what you were saying, Shisho, about the deaths of the 3 young burglars. Edwards told Lemro that he can come back tomorrow for a key to the house. Sally.
Civil warrant.
Yeah. Sally and Daphne learned from Pickering and Pickering when they were at that office from Caleb Madison, who was the groundskeeper, that he would potentially let them in tomorrow, but he didn't really feel comfortable going into the house.
Real quick, Gisha, we're getting fan feedback, it sounds like. Thank you.
And finally, Daphne and Sally talked backstage after the accident at the magic show with Ingrid, Harold's fiance. And how is she related to Memphis?
She is his daughter.
Right. And she seemed to be connecting with their sympathy and gave them a card to visit her at her hotel room.
Yes.
Yep.
Because she is not living with her dad
Right.
for whatever reason.
For whatever reason. You also found in the library some newspaper clippings about years ago when Memphis and his then assistant Josephine Lynch went
Mhm.
missing when they were visiting Bhutan.
Bhutan.
And John Brown participated in his first successful B&E.
It seems so, yeah. Hmm. So what do you want to do?
Sleep. I'm gonna head back to bed.
Mhm. Yeah, because it's nighttime right now, and I think reconvene in the morning.
So where and how do you do that?
I drive home with the book.
With the book? Okay.
Because if I remember correctly, that is what we agreed upon.
John goes back to the garage he's currently working in. There's like a small room in the back with just like it's very tiny. It's like the size of a closet. But he's got, a cot and like a couple books and stuff back there. So he gets comfortable and gets ready for bed. And he makes sure that the door is locked, and he like triple checks to make sure it's locked. He's kind of unsettled by a lot of the stuff he's gotten into since joining up with this group. But as an academic, he's also like deeply curious.
Okay. And John, just as a reminder, the book is called Thaumaturgical Prodigies of the New England Canaan, circa 1801, and it contains
Oh, did you
what
think I
look
was
like.
gonna read it any further? Sorry, no, I apologize. I don't look at the book. It's
Oh, you
staying in
don't
the
look at
duffel
it at
bag.
all. You just
It's staying in the
grab the
duffel
leather.
bag.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. We will
Right.
review it tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Should probably even like tie it shut.
Oh no, it's got a lock.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, it's a like it's a
Like it snaps.
yeah, it's not like a typical like nowadays like zippy like bag. It's like a military duffel bag from like World War One.
So the duffel bag has a lock, not the book itself, is what you're saying. Got
Right, and the book
Got
is
it, got it.
inside of the duffel bag.
I think similarly to
Oh shit, he's a magician. Probably gonna do some Houdini shit. I gotta up my game here. Okay, let's think of some crazy stuff
you
I
gotta
can do.
stuff it down your long underwear or something.
He'd go for it.
Got to put it in your underwear sock.
Similarly to John, I think at this point, Sally is like renting a room from someone who's renting an apartment. So she's sleeping in like a little kind of, 1 bedroom space that she rents from like a big family. And she's not as feeling as frightened because there's like family activity at night as everyone's gonna go into bed, so she doesn't feel as kind of isolated and spooked out as she might.
What about Daphne?
I imagine she's taken a little shot of sherry or two, and then headed straight to bed.
Probably not a one-room apartment.
No.
No. Got it. So you meet up the next morning?
Mhm.
Okay. I'll leave it to you.
All right. I assume we meet at the big house, so
Mhm.
drive out there.
So do you meet at what do you mean the big house? The Memphis house?
Her house,
Her house.
the rich person's house.
At Daphne's house.
Daphne's house. Ah, okay.
You actually see John walking down the side of the road on your way there.
Yep.
Okay.
He could have borrowed the car.
Despite the optics in the 20, I will in the 20s. I'll go ahead and stop and pick up and drive him up.
Yeah, he looks like he hasn't slept well.
Oh no.
Yeah, I just say, hey, want to ride?
Oh, Lem. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, sorry. I just, walking clears my head. I got a lot on my mind.
Sure. Just
Poor
casual.
John.
Yeah, he climbs in.
Before Lemro like starts on and continues the drive, like he looks disheveled. Looks like he was barely capable of pulling himself out of bed. And before he like shifts gears and like heads off towards the house, you see him pull the flask out and just do one of these. Choom.
Yeah, John's kind of like,
It's morning time.
yeah.
I
He's
have a
like, I knew
box
he was a heavy
somewhere.
drinker, but damn.
Hair of the
Well,
dog, you know.
you can develop alcoholism or OCD, and John's on his way to OCD. Lemro's got the alcoholism.
Hey, I've got an actual mania, so
You've got an actual mania.
Planomania, I believe it's called. I have a fear of getting out of bed.
Nice.
Same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
IRL.
What a mood.
Lemro's a king.
So once you all arrive, I feel like Lemro and John would just be kind of standing around, and then they suddenly like feel a presence and look behind them, and Sally's like right there.
Spooky.
Did you just Hermione me?
What?
If you
Hermione
Hermione,
you.
if you Hermione
It's
me,
like it's like no preamble. It's just like, oh, ha,
if you Hermione me, I swear.
What does that even mean?
Like with a time turner?
A
Yeah.
time turner?
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
appeared because of time shenanigans. Yeah.
Yeah.
No! Oh my god, gross.
So is
I
Sally's
wish
house
I could,
like
but no.
No, it's
big
Daphne's
opulent?
house. Daphne's probably.
Oh,
It was probably her late husband's. God rest his soul.
so like like big paintings and like vases and stuff like that, like animal heads.
Let me check my. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, like it has kind of like almost like a museum
Yeah,
type to it.
and there's like a little like tea parlor room that we had met in the night before, and it's now currently has like little pastries on the table and like coffee and tea all set up ready for everyone.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, John comes in and he's kind of like wow, he's like checking the place out, like immediately takes off his hat, and is like holding it, but he's like kind of checking things out. It's like things that look like they might be historic objects or like
There's
like
probably
animals
mostly
he's
like
never,
hunting trophies.
yeah. So it's like animals like he's never seen before. It's like, oh wow, like that's a fucking wildebeest. Like
Yeah.
It's a white rhinoceros. Oh no.
Does she have any like crystal bottles like sitting on the mantelpiece or like sitting like on a bar like near the mantelpiece?
Probably not on the mantle, but I'm sure she'd have like a little like trolley bar sort of thing.
She doesn't care that it's illegal. My privilege.
Yeah.
He is going to pour a cup of coffee, walk over to the bar, look for the darkest looking of the liquors in the crystal bottles, take it, pour a shot's worth in his coffee, and then we'll put it back. And grab 2 danishes and stack them, kind of push them down with the napkin, and just start eating like he's never had food before.
Nice.
Honestly iconic.
Crumbs on the carpet.
No. In a napkin.
He tries, but it just doesn't succeed.
He may be a little bit rough and tumble, but he knows how to play with rich people.
Okay.
I'm sure she has a vacuum.
No. Really?
Okay.
In the 20s? Where are they at?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
They have been around since the 1890s, I'm pretty sure. I'm
Sally would be sitting, I guess, on like the little
Holy
like
shit.
90% sure.
1908, yeah.
Yes.
and
Wait, 1908? I thought it was 1890s.
Oh,
No.
no. Sorry, it
Oh,
was first given like commercial providence by William Hoover in 1908.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
first
But they've
truly practicable
yeah,
domestic vacuum.
yeah. But they've been around before then.
1848, or was the guy who made them was born in 1848?
1860, a manual
Yeah.
vacuum cleaner was
They have
invented
some
by
cool
Daniel
stuff like
Hess.
that in the investigator's handbook. You could find all kinds of cool facts about the time period.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's cool.
I think he's saying move
Yeah.
on.
No, not at all. Not at all. That's fine.
Welcome to Vacuum Talk.
I was just deciding whether or not to make you do some sort of roll to see if you could actually keep the crumbs from falling on the ground, but
Oh,
that's too
man.
petty.
Oh no.
Okay, if it makes you feel any better, not only does he have a napkin containing the two smushed together Danishes, he's also eating over the table near where the coffee was poured.
Got it.
So crumbs may be dispensed, but they will be easily picked up and put to trash.
Can I make a sleight of hand roll to see if I can like sneak pastries into my purse?
Just have them.
Sure. Although, like, I'm always just gonna ask. Just tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you what kind of roll you need to do.
You know what? I know that's how you like to do it, but I really wanted to do this roll. I'm sorry.
Well, just tell me what you want to do.
I want
try
to very sneakily, so that I'm not seen, even though she knows Daphne probably won't be tripping. She still wants to be sneaky and sneak pastries into her bag.
Okay. So make that roll. Okay. So you make a sleight of hand roll. It seems like it's really you do it pretty skillfully. So hold on a second. Daphne, make a spot hidden roll.
And she's sneaking like 8 of them.
Oh, you're just getting greedy now. You're just getting so greedy. Oh,
no.
so Sally thinks that she's being so slick, and it is very dexterous, but she just got a little ahead of herself. If she would have stuck with 2, it would have been fine, but it was the 6th and the 7th and the 8th one that really put it over the edge. And so that Daphne sees.
And Lemro.
I'm not bringing attention to it. I just wanted to roll a dice.
Okay.
Well, I think what's funny is that you're using these rock star rolls right now
against the team
catch me getting pastries.
What a waste! What a waste! So what does Daphne do?
So Daphne just kind of like side eyes her and is like, "You want a bag?"
Oh, what do you mean? I don't.
I could have someone wrap them up for you.
Oh, that is so sweet of you, Daphne. You're such a doll. That's okay. They'll be fine in my purse.
All right. You can deal with the crumbs yourself then.
Maybe I'll borrow your vacuum cleaner later.
Oh, I don't touch that thing.
We discussed how it's like this modern convenience. Wow, and she's like, I actually don't do chores.
Someone else does that for you.
She's like, vacuum cleaner? I
actually don't know what
Couldn't be
servants
me.
use, so.
Could not be me.
Oh,
Someone
so
said,
terrible.
I want this thing. It'll make my job easier so I can do this other thing for
You got
you.
it.
And I was like, you gonna work harder? You got it. Can I brag about it to my friends? Perfect.
I have a
you
new
got
vacuum
it.
cleaner.
Just wait. Just wait. One of these days, Daphne is going to get herself a dishwashing machine. And she'll be the envy of the entire block. No, the entire mile.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Lemro, after stuffing his face, pulls out a cigarette and kind of, gets to lighting it. And then, out of nowhere, seemingly, just throws the duffel bag up onto the table. So, let's take a look at this book. Reaches over. You see, pretty much from nowhere, a key appear in his hand, and he pops the lock. and then pulls the book out of the duffel bag after resealing it and then relocking it. The key disappears again. And sets the book on the table. Thaumaturgical Prodigies, the New England Canon, circa 1801. Something about Nyarlathotep and Yogi Sothiopi.
Bless
You better
you.
not even say those names, Lemro.
You're right.
It's inviting misfortune.
Right. Well, I didn't read the Klaatu Verata, so we're good. We should be good. Army of Darkness reference. Come on.
You what?
By myself here.
I'm sorry.
I said Klaatu Verata.
Oh,
Because I
no.
don't know the last one.
Mm-mm.
But, yeah. What do you say we do regarding this? I mean, we have to confront the apprentice. Hawkins.
Well, I'm sure today is good as ever.
Or,
Did have a little spat.
alternate idea. He doesn't have the book anymore. Maybe time will just let this kind of situation handle itself. He doesn't have access to the power.
Well, is this book enough evidence that he hurt those kids?
No. So, I don't know if you're familiar with Boston, but Evil Magic book in Evil Magic Man's house. It's probably not going to play very well with the Force. Might even involve us getting incarcerated and taken to an asylum.
Not going to jail.
Taken to an asylum up in Arkham.
You don't want to go to the Arkham Asylum, that's for sure.
So, options. Law enforcement's really not on the table. We're not trying to prove something to somebody because this is beyond their scope. You know, I'll be honest. I really don't want to invite the things that this book is involved with it in anybody else's life. I already feel really bad about John and Daphne being involved in this. You seem to be a bit more savvy. But, yeah. Luckily,
Yeah, I wonder.
Go ahead.
Like, at the mention of it, John has, like, a Danish, like, halfway in his mouth, and he's like, huh?
Yes, well, no one is an innocent forever, I'm afraid.
That's not true. Met a lot of nice ladies who went to their graves. Nice and innocent.
Well, those are definitely none that you've been talking to.
Oh, I never said that was the case.
Yeah, well,
Daphne.
I'll tell you.
Sounds blushing.
It'll be interesting to meet an innocent old lady someday, I suppose. I don't believe I've ever met one. In any case, we've got some leads.
Like, did I miss an open discussion about the spell book?
No.
It's on the table.
You just put it on the table.
The discussion was don't say the names.
Mm-hmm.
You put it on the table, and then in the Discord chat, you'll see the name of the book, and it looks like the names of, they think, spells.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's what, is that written in English, or what is that written in?
It is written in English. That's right. There's an English, clearly an English translation of something else, though. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I think.
Well,
go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
you
well,
first.
No, I'm just saying we had this civil warrant. Do you think that's something we'll be able to put to use?
I'm definitely keen on looking at the house. I would like to see a bit more about the house. If that's actually where the crime happened, Hawkins having this book might be unrelated. Might be related. He did learn everything he knows from Memphis. Memphis's house is where this happened. So it could be the case that we're not looking so much at a rogue agent here. Perhaps Memphis taught him all he knows and that includes points of the book. Just gonna gesture towards it, stuff like that.
So, so Memphis and his assistant went missing.
No.
Did they ever return, or was that like
Yeah, so
they disappeared?
the newspaper clippings talk about their disappearance on May 12th and then May 15th, 1919 that they're alive.
It's like
Oh, okay.
And
So
then
they're still around and kicking.
so
they're in Europe.
Well, as far as we know,
Well,
they're gone from the city.
that's the official story. Yeah, and it could
Yeah.
be it very much could be the
well,
case.
they didn't. You weren't told that they're in Europe. I think what you were told is that they often travel. Memphis often travels and often abroad to try to learn new magic tricks for his repertoire, and so that's not uncommon.
So it could be in the house.
They could be dead. They could be.
It's
in the
been
house.
6 weeks.
Captured in the
6
house.
weeks since he's been seen.
Yeah, so he could be in the house.
Yeah. Do we know why they're not around? Like, was
No.
there a story
No.
Who's not
about
around?
this? Okay. It's just that the last time anybody saw him was 6 weeks ago.
Right. So just as a quick recap, Sally was contacted by the mobster who
Right.
said, I want you to investigate. The house has been vacant. It didn't seem like anybody was there for a while. That's where these kids cased the joint. They went in hoping to get a quick snatch and grab. They wound up dead. There's no way he said they would have killed each other. It just doesn't make sense. What Lemmer learned at the police from the police report kind of confirmed that they were killed in a much more gruesome way. It doesn't make sense that they could have killed each other, right? So nobody knows exactly where Memphis is.
Right. Okay. And his assistant.
Josephine?
Yeah. What about her?
You haven't encountered her yet, but you haven't looked very hard either. Just
I'm
as
wondering
a quick
if maybe it
reminder,
might be worth trying to shake up some leads on either of them.
So just as a quick reminder, there are two potential leads. One is to go to the Ace Magic Emporium, and one is to go to Nelson's restaurant, where you were told that there's a weekly gathering of magicians.
Hold on a second. I think we're forgetting something. Didn't you say something about Hawkins' wife? Looking at Daphne.
Hawkins' wife.
Didn't you talk to her?
Yeah,
Fiance.
They ain't married. They're not married yet. They're still arguing.
You know what? That's fine. You commit. Like, that's just my brain space. Sorry. It's just a bunch of steps towards the same saying. But what I'm saying here is the fiance can we talk to her? Do you think she might be worth talking to?
She gave you a card, doll.
Yeah, I know. I could go talk to her.
I'd rather not split up too much. So
I'm not sure about how much company she wants, but maybe if we bring over some treats.
Yeah, more than fair. I'm just thinking. I don't think I'm going to be much help in a social situation like that. Unless she's already taken.
I'm sure you try to get hands off of her.
Right.
Although her dad has that big house.
I mean, she's also a little bit outside of my age range. And as I say that, I kind of wink at Daphne. And then I kind of look over at John and say, but yeah, I've got the civil warrant thing going on. And since, me and my friend John here kind of clasp him on the shoulder, have, forged our friendship in breaking and entering, we can kind of continue that tradition by going and seeing what's in this house. But I definitely would want your keen eyes on that as well, Sally. If there's anything untoward that I miss, maybe you might be a bit more enlightened on what we're looking for.
I do have a sort of fifth or a sort of sixth sense about such things. The spirits do call to me in the presence of the occult.
As she's talking, the lighter just... And then when she finishes, it's like totally not paying attention. She goes, I figured that about you.
And, I would rather we all go together to the house.
Well, I mean,
Well, didn't you say that you had something to do at the magic shop or something?
me? No, I just said that's his.
Someone said.
Yeah, I was telling. I told you that Copper down at the precinct told me that was the case. That
When
he
will-
hung.
Oh.
When will you have access to the warrant?
Oh, I can probably go grab it right now if he's in, and I can remember his name.
And Daphne, any
Mhm.
idea what time of day our lady friend would like to meet?
Oh, she didn't say, but I'm sure she wouldn't mind us taking her breakfast. Can't be mad if we bring her food.
That's yeah. Okay, how about this? I'll go ahead and take a drive over and see if I can't get that civil warrant right now. All right. Then I'll come back here. You folks finish your breakfast. Looking over at John. Probably gonna need a bit more than just the one. And I'll be right back.
Oh, here, I've got extra for you. And she pulls out like a couple of
Smashed Danishes.
smashed strudels out of her purse.
Ashes into the ornate ashtray and says, I knew that about you. Then he comes-
John
Now he
says,
comes out.
well, if we're going to go check out this house, we're going to need to swing by the shop. I need to grab my tools.
Well, we're not going to be heading there yet. First, I'm going to make sure we got the okay from Johnny Law, and then we're going to go ahead and head into that house, nice and legal.
Well, why don't why don't you two, after you go to the police station, swing by the magic shop and ask around, ask some questions.
I'm not seeing a need to. It's basically just going to draw attention to us if you want my opinion on it. Because his friends, we don't know their loyalties, and they'll probably. It's like going into a hornet's nest. Queen's going to figure it out.
I think you're right. I also think that there's more information to be gathered.
Tell you what, I'll go check on the civil warrant. Then I'll come back and pick you up. You and me will go down to the Emporium. We'll talk. Because I don't know what questions you're wanting to ask. And the questions I'd be asking would definitely cause a fit. If you want to cause the fit, I'm there for you. But I definitely am going to be walking on eggshells personally. Because again, we don't know these people. And they can jump from, according to Daphne, cabinet to cabinet. They can cause a kid's hands and feet to be cut off by an unoperated machine, or at least pull a. Is Harry Houdini canonically around right now?
Yeah.
Pull a Houdini and just vanish out of there without being spotted by no one. So, it's more than fair to ask the questions. Just, yeah. And then
Fair enough.
once we're done there, I'm back. And while we're doing that, Daphne and John, or just Daphne, goes talks to the fiance.
Yeah.
John, you go pick up your tools.
Well, I like the idea, Daphne, of you having a chaperone. John,
I
does
agree.
that seem okay? Would you chaperone Miss Daphne on her breakfast date?
Oh, of course. Of course. It'd be my pleasure, Miss Daphne.
What a gentleman.
I assumed as
You.
much, but I didn't want to force a man on Daphne.
Can't force me to do anything.
I knew that about you. I'm going to go get that civil warrant.
Well, can I just ride in the car with you, and then we can go right to the thing?
That'll work.
Okay.
Vroom, vroom. We go to the precinct. I'm looking for
Just
Joe
give me
Edwards.
One quick second.
He thought I didn't have notes.
Sally is definitely not going into the police station.
It's Sally and Lemro in the car going to get the warrant.
Yep.
Okay, and John and Daphne are doing what?
We're gonna go talk to the fiance.
Okay. Sounds good.
Sally makes an intelligence roll, please. So you can just click on the intelligence.
Sally makes an.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Daphne makes an intelligence roll. And that's
Oh,
Damn.
me?
Does
Yeah,
Does
Daphne.
Daphne also have a car?
Yeah,
She's
Oh,
rich.
yeah.
a nice one, I'm sure.
This is
All
America.
right. If
She's
it's
rich.
America.
when they see Daphne's car, John's like, "Whew."
Yeah, it's a Stutz Roadster automobile.
He's like,
Oh, ouch.
"Ma'am, do you mind if I drive this?"
I'm gonna give you a bonus die for that roll. To roll again.
Okay. I do the bonus penalty.
Yeah. Okay, it's still a
Still no
fail.
luck. Yeah, still no luck.
Okay, no problem. All right, so you two can head off. And
Okay.
so, John, you said that Lemro is going to
With
Edwards,
Sally.
right? With Sally.
We're heading to
Okay.
the precinct. I'm going to go talk to Joe Edwards.
Okay.
And before I'm sitting in the car, and the duffel bag is in the front seat with us. It's kind of like just sitting in like the middle line between me and Sally. Once we get to the precinct, I kind of lock eyes with Sally for a second, and say, "The key's not here. Key's not anywhere nearby." But I pulled something out I think you might want to hold on to, just in case someone tries to randomly come get you. Never can't be too safe. Do you know how to use one of these? I say as I pull out the revolver from the other day. The one that
I
I
thought
was
you gave
using.
that one to
The one that
John.
I was using.
Oh, okay.
So Shisho was AFK for a moment.
Oh, sorry, did not see that.
So that's okay. So
Deal
we'll
with
just go
Daphne
ahead
and
and
John.
we'll just go ahead and get. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. So Daphne and John make your way to the hotel where Ingrid is staying, and you could ask for the room and find your way up.
Yeah, John parks the car and like runs around to the other side and opens the door for Daphne.
You're muted, Elizabeth.
Dang it, sorry. And she has like a
problem.
little like tray of prepared goods and a little like I don't actually know how they would have done this because I haven't researched that far into home goods. But like some sort of like
Cocaine and
a
heroin.
thermos of thermoses were around. So she has like a little thermos of coffee for her and a little like cup.
Okay.
She's prepared. So go to the hotel, ask for the room, and then head up to the.
Okay.
Just give a little knock.
Mm-hmm. And after a moment, the door opens just a little bit, and you see Ingrid behind the door. She's just a little surprised to see you, Daphne, and you notice that it seems like she's been crying.
Mm-hmm.
And then she looks past you. As John, are you in the hall as well?
Yeah.
And
And
she
it's like
sees,
as she looks at him, he like tips his hat.
and then she kind of looks confused when she sees John behind you, and she's waiting for you to say something.
Yeah. Good morning. Sorry if I woke you up. I just thought it might be nice to have breakfast and I'd check in on you. You seemed so upset last night. You doing okay?
Um, oh, I didn't sleep much, she says.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I
So
just.
the door is still kind of cracked open.
Mhm.
And again, she's looking past you and she's looking at John and she's looking back to you.
Mhm. Um. Say I brought you breakfast and oh, don't mind my friend here, John. He he won't hurt you or anything. Um. But we brought you breakfast and a little bit of coffee if you'd like. I know hotel food doesn't always isn't always up to snuff, but my cook made some good breakfast this
That is so
morning.
nice of you. And she seems she seems a little reluctant to open the door. And she kind of leans in close to you, Daphne, and she
Mhm.
says, "I really would like to talk, but this is really girl talk."
Oh, no worries. I can come back later or
No, I don't think you're catching what she's saying.
yeah,
She's
yeah. Oh, no, 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 no. Kind of looks over his shoulder at John. Uh, John, could you go check the car for me? I think I
Oh,
left my
gladly.
purse
And
in
he like
there,
hurries
and just
off.
like kind of like winks at him.
It's like, oh, spend more time with that amazing vehicle. Yes. It's like, I'll be right downstairs if you need anything. And he like hustles off down the hallway.
yeah, and then she opens the door for you.
All right. Um, steps in.
Yeah. And you see that she's like in a bathrobe. And again, you can see that she's been crying. The bed is, it looks like it hasn't been slept in, but maybe she's been sitting on the bed or moving around the room that way.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, I'm gonna wait for you to say something, whatever you want to
Oh,
say.
gonna say, move over and set the things on a table. And just kind of like look around the room and be like, "Oh, honey, you never touched your bed last night."
And she looks at you, and she looks really sad, and she starts to cry a little bit more, and she says, "He's always just so angry now. He's just so angry."
Well, when did he start coming that way? How long's it been?
It's been a few months now. It's been a few months. I just don't understand.
What
Maybe.
changed? Did you guys did y'all start fighting, or did he get like a new hobby or something?
Oh no, he is completely devoted to his magic. He he was he was my father's apprentice, right?
I do, and he has learned quite a lot from your father.
But I never, I know he has been jealous. He's been jealous of Memphis and his success. Feels like he's never been able to measure up.
Well, he can't go comparing himself to Memphis. That's just not fair to Memphis or himself.
Mm. But just in the past weeks, it's not just jealousy. It's just he's become angry
Hmm.
and even mean. I'm afraid of him. Nice.
The cat.
Hello.
Hello there. Welcome to 1927. I am Shiro. The Roaring Twenties.
Love it. So
Hilarious.
he's just mean. He could be just mean, and sometimes I'm even afraid of him.
Well,
I don't know what's changed.
well, he doesn't need to be mean to you. And if he ever is, you come straight to my house. You get a taxi, you call me, whatever you need, you come to my house and I will take care of you and make sure that he does not touch you. Does he lay his hands on you?
And she kind of looks at you with sad, like puppy dog eyes, but doesn't answer.
Oh, I know what that answer means. um, she gets
Funny
a
to get the
little like,
clamps.
right. Um, she gets a little like red flushed, like she's angry about that, which she is. Um, but she just kind of like centers herself and just sit there and um, says, "You just come to me anytime, all right? I know we don't know each other that well, but I'm here for you. I'm here for any girl who's in that sort of situation because I've had friends in that situation and it never ends good. But he needs to get over himself. What does your father think about all this?"
And then she looks at you and she says, "And that's what makes this so hard, because I feel like my father, there was a similar change that happened to him. I live in this hotel because I'm not comfortable going back to that house. He
Your
he
father
w-
had the same issue
he became angry and distant as well.
around the same time
No, before
before.
before it was after he came back from that trip.
From oh,
The
where
one
did he
where
go?
well, you probably heard about it. He went to Bhutan and he was missing.
Yeah.
He was missing, and I was so worried about him.
So
He
he
came.
started getting angry after that.
hmm hmm
Trips do
But
change it
I don't
sometimes. Not
understand
always.
that because he became more famous than ever. His magic, he just took it to another level,
Mm,
and it's just like what's happening with Harold.
right. Did he did his assistant, did she notice him getting angry too?
Oh, she sort of like purses her lips, and Josephine,
Mm.
I wouldn't trust her. There's something not right about her. I try to stay away from her when I can. She
Is
hasn't
she
been seen
angry
and
as
she
too?
hasn't been seen for a while. Yeah, she's just crazy.
Hmm. Well, that is good to know. Are you going to be all right though, dear?
Yeah, I think I just need a little space from Harold. I just can't see him right now.
Well,
I told him
I
he
will
needs to
make
get some
sure.
help.
I can agree with that, and I will make sure that I will do what I can at least to make sure that he keeps his distance. All right? I'll talk to some friends and we'll figure this out.
You are so kind.
You're welcome. Don't mention it. Do you want me to bring you lunch or send it up for you? All
No, 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 no. I'll be okay.
right, you get some sleep. I can send a doctor to you if you need a little bit of help sleeping.
No, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. Nice.
um, she gives her a little hug and be like, "You be careful, and if you need me, just call me." Daphne Lexington to the operator. They know me.
Don't even need a number.
you,
No.
you didn't have numbers. It was the 20s. You called the operator.
Was there even an exchange? I can't remember.
There is an exchange, but it was all wires still,
Yeah, yeah,
if I
yeah.
remember correctly. I think it was you didn't have numbers until after World War II.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Drugs.
drugs,
It's a
honey.
drugs show, chat.
You don't
He's
need
summer child.
you don't need a prescription for laudanum, I think.
No, you
Yeah,
don't.
no.
Or
Oh,
morphine.
really? You don't need a prescription for laudanum? Wow, didn't know that.
I don't think you won't need one for morphine this time either.
It's like,
But
all
a
right, do you
doctor
need
could
to
make you
wake
feel
up? We got
better.
cocaine. Do you need to go to sleep? We got heroin.
Yes, too.
They had cocaine and soda.
You could buy like a machine gun at the Five and Dime or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, great.
um, then she does the brevities and um, leaves, heads back down.
Meanwhile, John is talking sexy to the car while he's got the hood up.
Okay, wow.
Nice.
Like, all right, let's see
You
what
stop
you got
sweet
under
talking
here.
that car, John.
Oh, darling, it's beautiful.
Oh boy.
Well, I'll let you work on her when she
Oh
needs
no.
it.
Oh no.
Oh, terms. Phrasing.
Phrasing.
He's gonna get that cussy.
Oh. Oh god. Oh
The
no.
car, the car.
Not the cursey. Oh.
Anyway,
Ew.
I was trying to give Sally a gun.
Let's cut back to. Do you want to say anything to John before the scene ends? Daphne, do
What?
you want to say anything to John, who's in the car, before he sort of be cut from you?
I don't think so. I'd rather.
Okay, great. So Lemro and Sally, go
Duffel
ahead.
bag in the car, in between us, Sally, in the front seat. It's a nice, old kind of, single seat kind of car deal. And thanks, Cat. You're batty. He looks over at you and looks down at the bag. Says, "Kay's not in the car, but I'm gonna leave it here with you." Reaches into his jacket, pulls out the revolver from the other day, the one that he was using, the long barrel single action army. Do you know how to use one of these?
I do if I need to.
Again, the book is probably important. We both agree that it can be who knows what. So,
Agreed.
unless it's me coming to this car, okay? Somebody you know, don't let anybody in the car. I'll be back in a couple seconds. Don't be too tense. Shouldn't be a problem, but better safe than sorry. Sets the pistol down on the duffel bag, opens up the car door, immediately closes it, turns the key and locks you in the car. But you can get out. I mean, you can get out, but nobody can get in unless they break the glass. And then he's going to smoke a cigarette or light a cigarette and start heading into the precinct. I also, in that process, switched out my holster, just kind of declipped and put a different holster in, and it was filled with my M1911 Colt automatic pistol. And then I'll go into the cop store.
Cop store. Okay.
Walk up to the
So-
front desk. Joey Edwards.
Yeah. 1 second. And so he goes back, and he returns in a moment, and he'll say, "This way."
All right.
And he walks you back to a small, kind of dingy office, beat up wooden desk, files everywhere. You see Edwards.
Walk
He
in
looks
like I
at
am.
you.
Own the place.
you-
Sit
okay,
down
you see.
in front of him.
Uh-huh. He says, "Yeah, yeah.
You got
Sit
it?
down. Wait a second,
You got it.
Fastinetti. You told me
Mm-hmm.
that you were doing research for insurance for items that might have been missing."
For insurance
After-
purposes. Yeah, that's right.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, I did some digging too. I have my ways,
Yeah, it's smart of you.
and I heard that that you were talking to Orson Vaughn,
Yeah.
and
You told me to.
no, I heard that you had talked to Orson Vaughn, and he had told you to help him out by doing a little bit of an investigation on the hush hush of what happened in the house.
I don't know who's
Am I
telling you what they're
am I
telling
right?
you. That's not
Don't
it.
don't lie to me.
I'm not lying to you. You know I wouldn't lie to you, Joey. Now listen to me and hear me out.
Wait, he puts his finger up to stop
Did
you.
they mention the pretty lady I was with?
He puts his finger up to stop you.
Did they mention the pretty lady I was with?
And he shh.
All right.
Lemma, shh. Sometimes you just need to stop talking.
Go ahead.
He says, "In this case, Vaughn and I are of the same mind. I think I mentioned to you that doesn't seem right what's happening, the way they're trying to push this case under the rug.
We agree, Joey.
I want to know what's going on, but I want to know it's got to be off the record."
You got it.
So, wait. So, I've arranged for a key to be placed, and he tells you a location by the door underneath this ornamental statue. This wasn't from me. You're not going to cause a mess. You're going to find out what happens. You're going to report back to Vaughn, and then you're going to report back to me. Do you understand?
just want to make sure we're on the level here. I get all that. That's great, Joey. I typically don't talk about certain elements while sitting in a cop precinct, So just so we have the story right, moving forward, that pretty lady I was with when you saw me with Mr. Vaughn was an interested individual in the house. She's looking to purchase it. So, yes, I am acting on behalf of insurance to make sure that if it has been totaled, this house, because of this, we're able to buy it out from under the market. So,
Okay,
that's
I'm
it.
going to ask you to make either a.
No. I'm not lying to him. I'm telling him what I want him to tell everyone else. We're both in the lying together. So since he's on the same page as me now,
Oh, so you're telling him
I'm telling
what the
him
play
the
is. What the play
official
is.
story because I don't want to get sullied, and he doesn't want to get sullied. No sullying. So my connection to the pull me out of the mud is now Daphne.
That's fine. He says, that's fine.
Cool.
Just get it done and get back to me.
You got it. And the I'm trying to think of a catchy name for beat cop. The beats aren't going to be looking my way if I'm heading around doing anything around that area. Yeah, totally on the level.
As long as you're not causing a racket in the house, destroying property, then you should be okay.
Now, Joey, we never caught whoever did this to Vaughn's kids, so I can't promise there won't be no racket. I'm letting you know heaters are going in with me. So, might be some property damage. And I apologize ahead of time. But I'm going to protect me, and I'm going to protect my own. Just what it's going to be. Taps the hat. I think our business is concluded, Joey. And good eye on you. Good eye on you. And good to know where your loyalties lie. Shuts the door behind him.
He gives you a nod as you walk out.
I head back to the car. Has Sally been compromised?
She's alone.
Sally
She's alone.
is gone. No.
No, she's still. She took
She
it.
looks. Actually, she looks very chill, and she's just kind of like,
Eating Danish, right? Mm-hmm.
Yes, having a little snack.
Flick the cigarette down the street, open up the car door, and slip inside. Sit there for a second, both hands on the wheel, kind of looking out the window in front of him. Fuck. Yeah, we got the key. It's less than above board than I was hoping for, but best we could do. What with Joey's been on the take as well.
You don't have a warrant.
I turn and look at Sally, kind of direct in her face. No, but Vaughn got us the okay. And then I kind of turn back to the car and just put the key in the ignition and turn it over. Like totally just like face is not a happy. And as he's driving, he immediately kind of goes, oh shit. And then like turns the car the right direction to go to the magic school. Like he was totally just driving off back to his house and then realized, nope, can't go hide in the bed. We have to be doing things.
Aw.
Man,
So, you're going directly to Ace Magic Emporium, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
After stopping, Lemmer will spend a kind of second, like he looks at her and holds his hand out to her. Like he's expecting her to give him something. They're going to notice it's on you. And I don't want you to just leave it in the car. Someone will break a window.
Are you talking about the gun?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, no, he gives it back. Yeah, I mean, she gives it back, yeah.
Takes it, places it on a holster in his back, and then gets out of the car. Lead the way.
All right, so we walk into the shop.
He kind of stops after walking a few steps. Sorry, hold on. He kind of like holds his head for a second. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. He walks back to the car, unlocks the door, reaches into the driver's seat, pulls out the duffel bag, just throws it over his shoulder, and then follows after you. Fuck no.
So you're just carrying it with you, right?
Yep, he's got a duffel bag.
Okay. So Ace Emporium Magic Shop is a compact but well-stocked magic shop in a cheaper part of downtown. The window features novelties and amusements for the general public, and these continue inside. Inside you see the proprietor. I'm going to show you this. This is Ruben Levy. He is the owner of the
He looks
magic shop.
he looks like a magician.
Yeah, he says, "What can I do for you, folks?"
Oh, hello. Good morning. I'm new to town, and I was wondering if I could get a spirit board. I have uh I would like to do some communing, some clairvoyance work, and I'm afraid I don't have my board with me.
So he looks at you and says, "Well, we're more of a working magician shop. We tend not to go in for things like seances and other stuff. We have some small selection of novelties, Ouija board type things."
That works. I know they tend to be mass produced, but it'll do the trick.
hmm hmm The magicians that frequent the shop tend to be more in the hand manipulation trick school. But to each her own. And he shows you to that section of the shop.
Are you such a magician?
As a matter of fact, I have dabbled in magic. Yes.
Oh, how wondrous. Wouldn't you love to see that, my dear Eddie? See some, and she's addressing Lemro, some,
Totally doesn't pick up on it and is just kind of like
some
staring off.
magic.
And then he kind of goes, "Huh? Oh, yeah." Like it takes him a second to figure out what. Like he's paying attention, but it
Yeah.
takes him a second to figure out that you're addressing him as a false name. Yeah, yeah, magic. Ooh, that's great.
A little trick for us, especially me, since I'm not from around here.
Oh, my performing days are long behind me, but he grabs some playing cards and you see him manipulating some cards in a kind of very dexterous way where they're moving between his fingers and things like that.
A challenger appears. So Lemro literally, like the second it happens, face doesn't change, remains just kind of like bored, like nonchalant. But in actuality, his eyes are focused. Like, whoop. I am waiting to see what he tries to do, what the trick is.
Um, Sally is also trying to figure out the trick as he's doing it.
And you see that it's less a sleight of hand trick and more of just a dexterity manipulation of the
Okay.
cards in a very fast way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is wondrous. Say, you don't happen to know, since you are a magician, do you happen to know if the great Memphis and his assistant Josephine, that total and utter dame, will they be performing anytime soon?
I will have you make a charm, fast talk, or persuade roll, your choice.
Okay. Charm, fast talk, or persuade. Okay, we'll do fast talk. Why is it so hard to find stuff? Okay. 73. Oh shit,
Yep,
that was close.
that is a success. And so the question again, Shusho?
When I don't know if you can tell us when the great Memphis and his fabulous assistant Josephine will be performing. Would love to see them since we're in town. Isn't that right, Eddie?
Huh? Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Ruben says, haven't seen Memphis in quite a while. Doesn't come in here much anymore. I think he's too big for us now. He's a big name. He's probably performing off somewhere fancy.
Yeah.
He's
But
not giving a shit.
he
This is out of character.
he was here before though, yeah.
I mean, yeah, in the past he would come here on occasion.
No,
This was years ago.
nothing to knock about that. People are, growing up here, blossoming, becoming these big, beautiful roses in the world that came from good soil. Am I right?
Sure, absolutely. I think that it's important to remember your roots.
Did they leave anything, maybe behind, like some knowledge that some of the people here might be able to kind of like maybe teach us a bit about, since we can't see the real deal ourselves? Might be interesting to see what lessons were kind of left here.
I mean, these magicians are a pretty tight knit community, and they do, while there's definitely some competition between them, they do tend to share their knowledge. Like, just in fact, there's a weekly weekly meeting of magicians at the restaurant down the way,
Oh yeah, when's
where
that?
as a matter of fact, they have their lunch this afternoon.
Well, um, we don't want to impose, but would it be seen as polite or even welcome to show up there, possibly ask some questions? Because we are very interested in Memphis, mainly because of what we've heard about him, skill level wise. And my friend
What have you heard?
has real quick, Gijo, has Sally said her name yet?
Of course not.
So Lemro says, my friend here, Elizabeth, would like to learn more about magical arts, and she is very much into all types of magic, anything, including your arts. But Memphis, for some reason, has been very evasive. We did see a little bit of what his apprentice could do at the show last night with Mr. Hawkins, but fortunately, we didn't get a chance to talk to them due to the large kerfuffle that happened during the show.
Oh, it was dreadful, wasn't it, Ed?
Yeah, she just fell over. It was absolutely horrible, Elizabeth.
Yeah, and his sort of ears perk up when you say that, and he said, "I did hear about that. I hear one of the magicians came in this morning and was gossiping with me about it. Is Edith okay?"
Well, we didn't. I didn't really get a chance to see, but very very beautiful lady helped out with that whole situation, and was able to get them back stage nice and sound. Seemed okay. The
Well,
fellow.
they took her right to the hospital, Ed.
Oh, is that what happened? I just saw them go backstage. I didn't really see where they would gone off to. And I will be honest, I was probably focused on the I'm staring at Sally, very beautiful lady who was on stage. And my brain is kind of like trying to relay a message, but I don't want to say it out loud because it's
The beautiful lady on
you
stage.
were on stage, and if the guy saw what had happened and was gossiping about it, then he is probably going to recognize you since you were on stage.
Well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't deny that. I don't think he would be like there was some little Mexican chick like out there, like twerking on the stage.
Gonna be completely honest with you, Shisho. It's
Or maybe
Boston
they
in
would
the
say that.
20s. You'd
Oh
stand out.
no.
You'd stand out. I'm not
Oh
trying to be
shit.
terrible or
That's true.
anything, but
No, you're right. You're right. So, okay. Well,
America's.
anyway, this guy doesn't know necessarily.
We're not
It
gonna.
doesn't seem like he knows.
I think what I'm trying to relay is
But
that
that's a good point.
if we
Yeah.
proceed too far, it's gonna
Okay.
be. We need to make sure our story's straight instead of making up names
Yeah.
fly.
So anyway, when you say that the incident that happened at the show last night, his ears perk up, and he said he heard about that. and he says, "I heard that Harold hasn't been himself lately."
Yeah, and unfortunately, we didn't really get a chance to really get an idea of, you know,
Well,
what he was like.
what do you mean by that? That he's not himself lately?
Well, I haven't had contact with him much, and really stopped coming to our magic gatherings at the restaurant. Um, but from what I hear, he's distant and kind of angry. I mean, I don't understand. He's probably the most famous magician in the in the area, of course, except for Memphis.
Well, you think he's having a similar issue? Like he thinks he's too big for you?
I mean, now that you mention it, Memphis also like I said, he changed a little bit when he came back
From
from
that
his
trip.
trip. Yeah,
Yeah, we heard
yeah,
about that.
yeah.
That
I
seems
could
really
s-
interesting.
I could sense at the show that Harold perhaps was afflicted by some dark spiritual malaise. Do you think it
Uh,
could be something like that?
he looks at you really confused. He says, I really don't know what you mean.
I kind
I
of lean
mean,
in on him and I say, listen, you said he changed. Now, you can
uh-huh.
define that however you want, but my friend Elizabeth here is asking you if it felt like something kind of came over him all of a sudden and changed him, or if it was more of like a natural change.
Oh, well, that's a different question. It
No,
did
it's the
seem
same
kind of
question. That's what
it
she
did
just
seem
asked me.
kind of well, it did seem kind of sudden.
Yeah. So some sort of spiritual malaise came over him. Is that accurate?
I don't know what you mean by spiritual malaise, but
I thought these were magicians, he says. He
his
kind of turns to him.
It's okay, Ed.
All right.
Not everyone has developed their inner eye in such a way. No offense to you, Sir.
Reuben.
What did you say your name was?
Reuben.
Our dear Ruben. No offense to you, of course. You are highly skilled in your art. Um, there's something afoot here. Something odd. That's what you're saying without saying it, it seems.
Perhaps. Hard to say.
Well, we thank you. We might be stopping in at that restaurant to meet up with you, and perhaps you can introduce us to the fellow who had come in and talked about um, the people who have talked to Memphis in the past and might know a bit about his tricks.
If you recall anything supernatural, strange, mysterious, or occult occurring, if all of a sudden you find yourself uh, inspired by some divine force, um, please send a message care of uh, Miss uh, care of Miss Elizabeth via Miss Daphne at this address. I have a lot of curiosity about these matters, uh, but anyway, thank you. I don't think the Ouija board, however lovely and well crafted, will suffice after all for
He looked
my
really
working.
disappointed. Okay.
Do
Yeah.
take care of yourself. And she like waves her hands like all around him. Do be careful out here. There is strange workings afoot. And she'll step out.
As they exit, he kind of like immediately kind of stops, like right outside, pulls out a cigarette, lights it, and then looks at her, waiting for her to stop and kind of turn around and face him. And he says, Why'd you name drop her?
I need information delivered, and that's the only place that it can be appropriately delivered.
Okay.
She's a powerful dame.
Yeah, most folks aren't
I
going to
think
mess
she'll
with
be
her.
fine.
I grant
Yeah.
you that. But most folks don't have a book that summons fucking demons. So,
Well, to be fair, she's already involved
I grant you that. But I'm just...
with the fiance of
I just want to make sure you're
the.
aware. You
She
wanted,
is just visiting a new friend.
you wanted an innocent lady. You just name dropped one.
I don't want an innocent lady.
No, you said you'd never seen one. And I'm
I
telling
think
you,
it would
Daphne is one.
truly an innocent.
You know, it comes in,
Perhaps.
like the creatures in these books, it comes in kind of degrees. Like, it's not the same each time. I think innocence
Look.
is kind of a sliding scale.
Daphne is a lovely, generous, curious, and courageous woman.
More than fair.
But she came into this work knowing that what we were doing would be illegal.
Because she trusted me. She wanted adventure, and she trusted me. So I'm just saying, if it's going to come between you, my
That's on
current
you.
employer, and her, a person I accidentally dragged into this situation, which I thought was just going to be criminal and not
Oh,
cult.
no, me. Oh, no.
I'm just letting
You
you know.
work for Vaughn.
I'm just letting you
Not
know.
me.
You're just the medium. That's it. With your boards and your shenanigans. I'm letting you know right now. If it comes down between the two of you, I'm sorry. Just letting you know. I move to the car and I open up the car door, the passenger seat door for her.
She doesn't look perturbed at all. She gets in, she sits down, she waits for him to get in, she looks at him. Your aura is giving off a very fiery kind of texture,
Yeah.
Limro.
Sets the bag in the middle, seats it like it's sitting in the car, and he's hears her say that, kind of like turns the car over, pulls out a cigarette, offers her one,
She takes it.
lights the cigarette for her, lights his cigarette, and then says, "So you can read auras. You know, I knew that about you." Sets his foot on the gas and drives off, heading back to Daphne's.
So you all sort of meet up again at Daphne's posh place.
Yep. And once we get inside, I say, if that car outside is yours, it's probably a nicer ride. And look over at John. Is he beaming? Based on John's smile, I'm assuming he'd love to
Yeah,
drive
he's
us.
like, he gets out of the car and he's still like, even though like everybody's reconvening, he gets out and he's still like checking out the car and he like pulls up the cuff of his jacket and leans over and is like,
Get a little. He says,
Daphne, my dear, before we go anywhere or do anything, and before, our dear Lemro says anything, I used your name at the magic shop in order to get a message delivered. I know it was a risk, but we dearly need that information. I figure you're already involved with the lady, the fiance.
Lemro,
Maybe it wasn't the wisest thing to do, but it's done.
the whole time, like the second the conversation starts, Lemro's entire posture changes. His arms cross and his hand comes up to his chin, and he kind of looks at you and he says, "You know, I wasn't going to say anything about it. It's a choice you made, and you saying something out loud about it and letting her know what she's involved in, I appreciate that, like, a lot. You keep surprising me, Sally. Tap
You
his
know,
hat.
out of character, I think Sally doesn't know like navigating like the greater social like realm of
Mhm.
Boston and maybe even like high society. She's really not used to that, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think her intent would be to like fuck over Daphne, but she also doesn't see Daphne as like this like China doll or whatever.
Yeah, and I think the way that Lemro's coming off isn't so much that I think it's coming off more that he's trying to be the protective, like,
Yeah, he's the protector.
but
Yeah.
it's not so much that it's like we just had said, like you hired me and I dragged her into this because we needed the contacts,
Mm-hmm.
and so like my Lemro's brain space is and also John and basically the same connection. It's like
Mm-hmm.
these two don't need to see what we have seen.
Right. Well,
And
we're sort of like the tainted ones.
the damaged goods. Yeah.
The damaged goods, and they're so sweet and innocent.
And that's
But not
Lemro's.
that innocent.
Yeah, they
Not
probably
that
do
innocent. I
bad
see you,
stuff.
Daphne.
You
Daphne
might
is
be better
secretly
than
like a
She probably
adventurous.
killed her
dominatrix.
husband.
I was thinking that.
That's
Oh
No.
man.
she's like,
He
yeah,
was-
I don't want to see anybody
he
get
was
beat
old.
again. It's because she got beaten and murdered her husband.
No.
Oh,
He was
right?
old.
And now
He
she's
wasn't that
protecting all.
fun, and he just was.
Wait, did she divorce him or did she?
No,
No,
he died.
Probably too much bourbon and cigars.
Yeah.
Typical way they all
I
die, rich
think-
folk.
She was just
Okay.
being a trophy wife. Did
Okay,
like
so
the
I'm,
family
like-
thing, and now she's
like,
ready for adventure.
I am qualifying everything. Now I think that she's not innocent because she definitely killed her husband. That's what's going on inside of Sally's head. And
You're
she's
calling
kind of
her a Black
hinting at
Widow?
Yes, and she's kind of hinting at that to Lemro. Like in the conversation, that was kind of like she's not that innocent, and
Oh my!
that's the
That's funny.
okay.
Dragging her name through the mud.
So,
Hey, it's baddie shit. I'm in. I love it.
we're gonna go take a look at the house. I've got access to it. It's not as above board as I'd like, but it's the best we can do. If ruckuses start, I'm gonna advise those of you who aren't interested in tangling with the law, go ahead and make a move on running back out to your fancy car. But yeah.
I mean, this is my house. You can leave.
No, not this house. Memphis's house.
Right, but you told me to go back to my fancy car.
We'll do as you please then.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
What was
There's
the
a
name
knock-
of the?
I'm going to the house.
There's a knock on your door.
What was the name of the insurance company that was like responsible for making sure, like taking inventory of everything?
John made that up. They're the lawyers.
It was like L and L.
Pickering and Pickering.
Pickering
Pickering and
yeah.
Pickering. Why did I think it was L?
So anyway, there's a knock on your door.
Lemro.
Daphne.
Anyways, probably towards the front, so it just opens it herself.
And you see it's the doorman to the building, and he this message came for you. And
All
there's a
right.
handwritten note, and it said, "Please call Ingrid."
Oh. Hurries over the phone. Just one moment.
Yeah.
And calls the operator and
How can I connect you, sweetie?
hi honey. Could I please get connected to insert name of hotel that I forgot to write down? And I need to be passed along to Ingrid.
You got it, sugar. Stand by. Click,
Thank
click,
you,
click, click,
hon.
click, 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 click. And then you see it hear a phone ring on the other side. And then Ingrid picks up. Yes, yes,
Ingrid, honey, you need me?
Daphne.
Yeah.
I didn't know who else to talk to. It's Harold. He's crazed.
Is he there?
He's not. He called. He said, they stole it. They stole them. The book.
A book? What book?
And then he started yelling about the house. The house. I don't really know what's going on.
Your father's house or his house?
I don't know, but I'm afraid.
Well, you lock the door and you stay right there. And
You are watching Lemro pull a shotgun out of the duffel bag. You're also watching him pull out more clips for the pistol and start loading them into his belt. Looks over at John and says, "Hold this," as he hands him the shotgun.
oh no. You stay right there and you hunker down and it'll be all right. I'll call some people. I'll have someone check on Harold and we'll try and get this sorted for you, all right, honey?
Thank you. And she hangs up.
Yeah, John's holding the shotgun like it's a big fish.
Pulls out a bunch of tools and then pulls out, weaponry, and then pulls out a camera and hands that over to Daphne. I don't know if you have a purse or something that might be able to hold this, but I'd like to
How
bring it
big
in.
is that bag?
The duffel bag?
It'd be a big.
It's like a big military style
It
duffel
could
bag.
fit a body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a 10-foot ladder.
I guess they were. There was the brownies. Those are pretty small. Yeah, she'd probably have to go to her room to find a bag for it, but she'd have a bag.
Okay. Yeah, and then once you've got that all settled, I'm, weaponry wise, I'm basically fully equipped to fight people. Because he's angry and he's talking about the house. Yeah, I'm gonna have to shoot this man. That's just gonna happen.
Okay, what the fuck did I miss? Who's getting shot?
The call
You
came
start
in.
casting spells, and you're just like, Alakablam!
So Mr. Hawkins is apparently aware his book is gone and is very upset about it.
Yeah.
And screamed at his fiance over the phone about it. And apparently was talking about a house as well. So he's probably at the house where we're going to investigate. So I pulled out my shotgun and also 3 clips for my semi-automatic pistol. And I'm basically like loading up like I'm going into an action movie.
Oh, my bad.
I handed my camera to Miss Daphne to put in her bag.
Which she has to go get a new bag because she wasn't carrying a big enough one.
John, you remember that house was? We drove past it. Remember that nice little spot kind of up the way, kind of up the hill from there? If not, I can tell you how to get there. We're gonna stop there and take a look at the house from a distance.
What do we call the DM in this?
Currently, it says it's
a stupid name. It's like the keeper of
The
something.
Lord Keeper?
Yeah, something.
Okay.
Whatever.
DM, I have a question. How much would it cost to just get a handgun, a pistol?
Hold on.
25 cents. It comes in like a box of Cracker Jack.
Wait, I think
That is
I think my
1920s as
Sears
fuck.
catalog.
I have an extra pistol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can buy that.
If he will trust me with the pistol. Okay.
Yeah, it's a Colt single action army, so it's a bit heavier on the boom. It's a 45.
Is there a drag and drop?
It's $50 for his gun, the Colt Single Action Army.
Child.
So what you probably would do do better with like a Derringer. It's a really small one, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It does have guns in it.
It does. That's cost $60 in 1920 price.
No, it doesn't. It's blurring it out.
It's blurring it out. You can't see
Hold
it.
on. Oh no! Sorry.
Like you can get a Colt 45 for $40.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Wait,
I have 80.
is that the handbook or is that?
No, this is a Sears robot
Oh
catalog.
shit! That's
Oh, that's
amazing.
cool.
How much was it back then?
It's 1900s,
No,
fall
what the price? The
1900s.
price for the gun?
Oh, which one?
I don't know. The
I got
coolest
a
one.
Pistol.
The cheapest pistol.
the cheapest pistol. Uh, 5-shot. There's a $1.80 revolver.
Oh my god.
4-hand
I love it.
Wadsworth safety hammer, double action revolver, full nickel plated rubber stock, rifle barrel rebounding lock, 32 caliber, 2.5-inch octagon barrel, 6-shot using cartridge, $1.80.
You could have a gun.
You can have a gun. We can buy one at the
A
corner store.
modern. Wait, a 32.32 revolver.
Yeah,
Okay.
couple $100.
Yeah. Oh, there's one for $1.10.
'Cause
Oh,
I
sorry.
have-
No. That's if you want a pearl stock on.
Fancy.
Because I have 10. Okay, sorry. My question is, I have $80, but my spending level is $10. What does that mean?
That means on a daily basis, you probably could spend about $10.
Yeah.
Okay, so for this 32 revolver, like, how much would that run me?
It's in your.
Let's say
it's in
that-
your budget.
It's
Say
in your
prob-
budget. You can buy it. You have it.
All right, cool.
So just add it to your sheet if you can.
Oh yeah,
Done.
it's probably a Harrington and Richardson, S&W, Smith and Wesson. Breech loading. Oh, adorable.
Not very high skill, but
I mean, you can try and punch them.
Aren't you typically a knife person?
I have a switchblade.
Sally?
But
Yeah.
you never know when you're gonna need a motherfucking
You
gun.
never know. You
You
never
watch
know.
Lemro throws out a butterfly knife, then put that back in his bag or his pocket.
Okie doke. So what do you want to do?
John.
I like how, Sally and Lemmer over here, like, gearing up for motherfucking war, and John is just like,
So
guys.
once I've got the bag all done, when Daphne comes back out with that purse, he kind of takes it, looks at it, sees there's a bit of room in there, and stuffs the book inside because it was about the same size as the camera, and then wraps that around his neck and kind of slots it into his basically his holster kind of
Belt.
rigging. Yeah, because it's more of a rigging, actually. It's like a cop rigging, and kind of slots that in there. So it's on his person right here in front of him, like easily accessible.
Okay.
What color was it? I want it to be bright pink.
What's that? What?
Color was the
I think
purse.
the most fashionable color, let's see, is 27, so it'd probably be like blue or green, actually.
Okay.
Mm.
Go with the nice.
She's a very fashionable lady. It's
That makes
probably
sense, yeah.
fairly new.
So it's blue.
So, I have more dumb questions. I'm sorry. So,
Fine.
I, like, in real life, I don't have enough titty to, like, hide things in my titty. Could I hide a gun in my titty, like, to the side?
Not the gun you just bought.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Where can I hide it?
It's gonna be on your belt. Or you're gonna get a holster for it.
A holster?
Yeah, the gun you got is
Do you
probably
wear a belt of any substance?
Not really.
Because you could stick it in the back of your like in the back between your belt and your back.
That sounds horrible. Okay.
It does sound horrible, but that's an option.
Can I put it in my purse?
Of course.
Oh, okay, we'll do that. Sorry, I don't know anything about guns.
How does the purse open and close? Zipper?
It's a clasp.
Okay. Cool. John, how are you preparing?
yeah. So
No, I'm sorry. John, the character. So Chad, you see these other people doing this crazy stuff with their weaponry and locked and loaded. What does John do?
John has his own like gearing up scene, but it's like all his shit's in the back, and it's not ideal to like it's not comfortable to drive a car while you're wearing a tool belt. So he's going to get all suited up when they actually get to the house.
Mm-hmm. What does this tool belt have in it?
He's got like a flashlight. He's just got like wrenches. I know like on the character sheet, one of the weapons he has is a wrench. So it's like pipe wrench. He's got like an adjustable wrench. Screwdrivers, pliers, like simple hand tools. And like just a big old flashlight.
Great.
So this way he can keep his tools on him, but he doesn't have to like. So he can do like flashlight pistol or like flashlight wrench.
Right. So
still
some sort of a stainless steel flashlight, a big old stainless steel flashlight, right? Okay.
Don't
so
forget
the kind of flashlight you could beat somebody with.
Don't forget, Chad, that Sally gave you a paring knife, which you can keep on your person just in case.
Yeah, it's like he'll just tuck it in the tool belt. It'll be there. And I'm sure that there's room in the tool belt for him to like put his gun as well. The gun that Lem gave him. Which I think Lemro gave him the gun that they found in that guy's room.
Yeah, you're going to shoot him with his own pistol. That's how it's going to end. But when we do drive up there, I don't want to drive right up to the house. I probably would have surveyed that there is a spot where we can kind of stop and survey the house from a distance. And when we get to that spot, I would like to do just that with these field glasses I got.
Oh, another thing John would do is he would like basically when he opens up the trunk and like starts gearing up or whatever, he'd basically like take off like his coat and his vest, and then he like pulls out a set of like a pair of coveralls and like steps into them and like zips them up. So it's like mechanics coveralls. They're kind of like dingy and they got like grease stains and stuff. But yeah, so now he actually looks like a mechanic, like a guy who's there to like do work. And how?
Okay, hold on a second. Great. So you're casing the joint, basically, John?
Yeah, with field glasses from a distance. I want to see if there's a car in the parking area. I want to see or nearby. I want to see if it looks like there's any movement in the house that we can see, any new breaks, any new entries. I am giving the whole house a full top to bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't see anything out of the ordinary. You don't see any lights in the house.
No cars.
You don't see any cars in the front. Anything like that. You do see that it is hidden behind pine trees and maples on its own grounds in an affluent suburb. It is an 1890s construction in the shingle style, and it looks something like this. Oh boy, why isn't that loading? It's not what I wanted to do. Hold on.
That's a link, that's why.
Yeah, so I'm gonna fix that. Let me fix that.
It's fine. No worries. I can
fix it. Oh.
That's like that. So something like that. That's the shingle style of the 1890s era. Something like that.
I even got it on the stream.
I'm sorry, but that looks haunted as shit.
Perfect. That is perfect then. That worked out.
Yeah, if it doesn't look like there's anything untoward that we can see from here, I'm going to go ahead and step out of the vehicle and start moving towards the house.
Okay. The back wall of the property faces a vacant lot. The front of the house, like I said, nobody seems to be there. Yep, pines. You were told where to find the key.
Yep. That is where I'm going to be going first.
Yeah, John does not have his flashlight out quite yet. He's sort of just, huh?
It's not dark out.
Oh, okay.
It's middle of the day.
Oh, cool.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, mid-morning.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Then John puts his work gloves on.
Yeah, what kind of idiot would go into a haunted house in the middle of the night? That's crazy. We're not crazy.
Not yet.
Elizabeth.
Oh, I said I want to do that.
No. Yeah.
I mean, me, Shijo wants to do that. Sally, not so much.
Yeah, we're definitely goal oriented here. The goal is not to be ghosts. The goal is hopefully no ghosts, and just a dumbass magician who's gonna get shocked with a shotgun. Maybe hit him in the face with it. I don't know. We'll see.
Pistol slap him.
He beats his wife. He deserves every amount of beating I'm about to deliver to him.
Well, the worst part is it's not even like the worst part. I don't even know if there is a worst part, but they're not even married.
He beats his
And
fiance.
for some reason, she's still with him.
It's
I
the
know,
20s.
different
It's just the
time.
20s.
Hey, it happens in 2022.
Yeah, probably.
It does, and it's still disappointing.
Hmm.
And I'm not really disappointed in the person. I'm disappointed in the person doing it.
Yeah. And the zeitgeist that bars them from having the freedom to get away from it.
Yes.
Deep.
I am going
Anyway.
to move towards the key, acquire it, and I would hope that John would be with me. But I'm assuming everyone has kind of come along.
So we're going to do the whole moving you to kind of a map page. So this is the part where I might need some help.
Okay.
But let's see what happens.
I believe in you.
I see us.
Oh, I see
We
a map.
are on a map page.
Are you
We
on a map page? So
are.
can you tell me what you see?
I see a
It
front
looks
porch.
like a wraparound
Front of
porch.
a house.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So you should have some sight, right? I think I gave
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
all some sight.
Yeah, just
I feel like my token is
outer.
huge.
You could always fix that. We
No.
could make you a little smaller.
You're the only one who can reshape
Oh
sizes.
shit! Now I'm tiny.
I
I want to
You
be
do.
tiny. That's fine.
They can make you
Sorry,
bigger.
it's on brand. Small
Whatever.
queen.
She's short. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Should make sugars smaller and pizza.
So
Just like this big.
It's happening.
Sorry.
these are stairs that lead forward to the entrance to the house.
Okay. If that's where the key was explained to be, I will go ahead and make my way there.
Oh boy, and I have to do some things with dynamic lighting, don't I?
No, you should be good. Okay.
Can you get through the door?
Well, can you ping the door?
Looks like it's this, right?
Okay.
I'm on the. I should be on the objects and tokens layer,
So you
right?
saw
Oh,
me.
you can go in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
don't
can
have it
go
set
in.
up so that we can't move through walls.
That's fine.
Some people
Is
might.
that?
Oh.
Wait, stop. Okay, so how do I do that?
If you go to the
Let's just everyone move outside for a second.
okay, if you go to the we're in explorer mode, so everything I saw. And again, this is where it can be problematic because if people get curious and start moving their token around where they shouldn't be.
Well, just sort of stay put for a second.
Yeah, go up into
I'm
the settings of the map.
Okie dokie.
Scroll down on that first page, and you should see a restrict movement.
Yes. Turn
Click
it
that
on.
to
Okay,
yes.
I did it. Yes.
Then go up to the dynamic lighting segment, and just if you want to turn Explorer mode off, you can. It's default. What Explorer mode does is places we've been, we always see. But if you want to leave that on, that's fine too.
I have no I don't think that's a big deal.
Cool.
That's fine.
Close that out, and then go back
Okay.
to the left side. Go to your layers, and you should have a GM layer.
Yep.
Or not GM layer, sorry, dynamic lighting layer.
I do.
Then go to where the door is located, and hopefully it's a different color.
It is not in blue. It's in orange.
Yeah, see if you can select that segment of the door. Do you have it selected?
No, it's not selectable.
Try and drag it over it and then catch it. Just it.
What do I do here?
Do you
Delete
have,
it?
Yeah, if you've got it selected, then hit delete. Now the door is
Oh,
open
you did
and we
it.
can see through it.
Oh shit.
And so
Okay.
every time you want to get rid of a door, you'll just go into the dynamic lighting layer, find
Okay.
the orange door, and then kill it.
Okay, cool.
So Lemro will open the door with the key. The key disappears.
Sure.
And then he is going to move into the foyer. I can see that there are
Yes.
two doors here. It looks like this door to my left opens towards me, and the door to the right opens away from me. Is that right?
That is correct.
Stairs to the left up ahead.
Right.
Another
so you're
door on the
in.
far
You just
side.
sort of stay put. This is the part that I'm gonna need to go
Who's trying?
slow with.
Go with it.
Yeah, you're in the rotunda. This airy circular space rises the height of the house to a skylight set in the roof. A spiral staircase runs around its perimeter. Between the first and second floor, portraits of the Schwartz family decorate the walls. There are images of Memphis the Great with his daughter Ingrid, and one with him posing with a younger Harold Hawkins. Between the second floor and the attic are advertising posters for Memphis the Great, playing on an Egyptian theme, featuring magnificent burial chambers, hieroglyphics, and obelisks with pyramids looming in the background.
Laura kind of stops, turns back and looks at the rest of everybody outside and says, technically, we aren't supposed to be here. We should announce ourselves, or we can keep going about it quiet and be on the ready for, looks at Sally, problems. What would you prefer to do, you guys?
Well, I have a few words with oh shit. I didn't even write his
Mr.
name.
Hawkins?
Harold.
Harold. I have
Well,
a few words with Mr. Harold. So I wouldn't mind announcing myself.
okay.
And I'm just here because Pickering and Pickering said a few things might need fixing.
Okay. Sally? Now, obviously, stealth could help us out a lot here, but of course, drawing attention to ourselves is probably a bad idea if it's going to go the way I think it's going to go. But what do you think?
Well, it's likely that whoever's here is here, and we're bound to run into him anyway.
All right. Lemro kind of moves past you, stepping back out on the porch, closes the door behind him. Boom, 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 knocks on the door.
Nothing happens.
I always give it a second shot. Boom, 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 boom.
Nothing happens.
Opens the door, steps inside. Guess we're clear to do what we like. Moves in, looks to the left, looks to the right, and then moves towards the left door and will open it.
As you're moving to do that, one of the portraits that's hanging on the wall falls to the ground and the glass shatters. You see it's the portrait of Memphis accompanying a younger Harold Hawkins.
I'm pointing a
You
shotgun
gotta
at
stop knocking quite so loud.
everyone who's looking at Lemro from outside or stepping in. See Lemro immediately snap around, shotgun up. Oh.
Yeah,
So-
like
Honey, it is a
John-
picture.
sticks
What
his
was
head in
that?
and looks around.
Just a picture.
He says, Lem, is the coast clear?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
He says as he steps into this.
You're a kid.
Are the lights off?
There's windows, so I'm assuming
The lights are
go.
off, but it's the middle of the day, and while the windows are not completely open, they have kind of coverings that provide some sunlight to come through. So you see a hazy, dusky light coming
Lacy
through.
curtains.
Well,
Once
it's,
you get more into the interior of the house, you might have a little harder time seeing.
Yeah. What John's looking for is like whether the majority of the illumination in the house is like candlelight or like electrical light.
Oh, are there switches for lights?
Right.
You know, I don't know. It doesn't say.
It's an older house, but it would probably
It's
have
an
modern
older house.
amenities.
It would probably have, some lights of it. Yeah.
It'd be like lantern lighting or like a candelabra.
Well,
I'm
aren't
sure they got
magicians?
electric lighting.
Magicians are really into electricity, though, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I would say there's probably electricity. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
he's
forward.
gonna go looking for any light switches
And
or
it
anything.
would probably be more like small places where the lights come out, like lamps, rather than large overhead lighting.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, he goes up to one of the lamps and tries the switch.
Yeah, it turns on.
Nice. Yeah, he like kind of gives it a little flick.
Don't
Andy,
wanna
Um,
miss
this is
that
the
one.
space with the portraits.
no, the space with the portraits is in this rotunda area that you walked
Upstairs.
into. That goes from the lower to the top, goes all the way up.
What's in here?
So that is a sitting room. The circular room is a pleasant space with couches and a fireplace. The sheer area of window space makes it feel almost like sitting outside. So this is a very bright room. The trees and the grounds are carefully arranged to offer a view of downtown Boston. Um, an internal window lets light through to the rotunda stair.
Mm.
What is this door besides John?
Okay, let me see if I can do this.
I'm gonna do a quick once over of
He
the
tries
sitting
the
room.
doorknob.
Delete. I think I did it. And if you walk into the room to your right, John, this is a dining room that offers views of the grounds with trees carefully planted to give an impression of a rural setting. There is another internal window above the fireplace. Yeah, so a dining room table. It's fairly large, seats 10.
Is there any, I guess, like dirty plates or anything that it would indicate that somebody was like recently eating here?
So give me a spot hidden roll, and I'm going to give you a bonus die.
All right, so that is under skills.
Skills, yeah.
All right, Todd.
Spot hidden.
And then roll
And I
click the bonus.
roll bonus, yeah.
You got
Oh,
it.
yeah, you killed it. So a close look at the table reveals a few nicks and scrapes indicating it has seen use in the past. Doesn't appear that people have been here recently. Prominent among the room's decorations is a replica of the Nefertiti bust discovered in Amarna. A small plaque indicates it was a gift from Kaiser Wilhelm II in 1913.
Ooh, that's
Um,
fucking curse.
as you look at the statue, you have the strong impression that it has human eyes, men's eyes. And when you look back at it again, you see that that's not the case.
The bust.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he like does like a double take.
yeah, it's not there anymore.
He feels like a chill run down his spine, and he decides to vacate the room and rejoin the others.
Okay.
So he moves in here,
Okay.
Can
and he kind of like
Sally?
rushes into the room. So he's kind of like hurried, like just a little spooked.
Yeah, this is definitely the airiest room at least in the first floor.
Can Sally kind of make a sweep for anything that might be hidden in this space?
Yeah, you could search, but you find that there's really nothing of great interest in
Okay.
the sitting room. Okay, so it looks like Daphne is making her way north
Mhm.
through the
We're gonna go towards
rotunda
the back of
towards the back, and so this room here is give me a moment. Is the kitchen. As is common with this style of house, the kitchen is a central hub with a small table for informal meals. The room is largely unremarkable. Yeah.
Is there a knife sitting around?
Yeah, if you search through some of the cabinet drawers, you'll definitely find an assortment of knives and other cooking utensils, forks and serving spoons and plates and dishes and things like that.
Sally's gonna steal a knife.
You got it.
What's over here?
Hold on one second. Doopy-doopy-doo. I'm just thinking here. I'm trying to figure this out. Which door? The door to your left?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Okay. Could do this. Delete. And gosh, this is. How do you do this so fast, John? That's a cloakroom. Nothing of particular interest in that room.
Mm. And it. Oh wait, does this
It
door lead
opens
out
up
to
in.
the porch?
Yeah, exactly. It's a
Okay.
long porch that goes around the house.
Oh, okay.
Want a secret
What?
on how I do it so fast?
Yeah, how do you do so fast?
Lead your players. So basically, when they're like exploring the house, go, "Oh, do you want to go to the X, like over to this door?" And they go,
Okay.
and then you go, delete.
It's
I was ready
already.
for
Yeah.
it. I told you what you wanted. I told
Sneaky.
you.
Sneaky. I'm not going to do
Storytelling.
that, so I'll let you decide what you want to do.
I love that.
John is an abusive father.
I am an
That's
abusive.
good.
No,
Yeah. So yeah, here is
Another
no,
closet.
I got to the wrong. It's actually it's a bathroom.
Oh.
So it's nothing of particular interest. Boom.
Wow.
Objects and tokens.
And then this leads back down to the.
That's right. That brings back
circular.
down to the sitting room. Correct.
How
Did
late
that-
are we running tonight?
I'm going to leave that to you. So that's a good question. It's almost 10 o'clock, and I want to be respectful of your work schedules and all that kind of stuff. So you tell me. I can go longer.
Yeah, I think I got maybe another half hour.
Okay.
that's fair.
Agreed.
Sure. Sounds good. We're getting into the meat of it now.
This door here.
Oh.
Yeah. So this door is now gone, and let's see where we are.
Some sort of closet.
So is this kind of like Daphne's house where there's
7.
like
No, this is the.
Daphne's house is probably not.
Yep, it's a pantry. It's a pantry, and so there's nothing of particular interest in the pantry.
Mm.
get the
This is
crackers?
outdoors.
This
Yep.
is Memphis.
So it seems like there's a couple of doors you haven't explored yet. Yep. There's a door here. There's one over here, and there's one over here. There's one over
Let's
here.
keep heading north.
I'm gonna do both of these
Yeah.
at the same time, just to get them done with. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Both of these. Okay, you got
Yeah,
it.
one check and clear. Next one check and clear. Just very quick.
Can I delete them both at the same time? I can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
John's kind of hanging back and just like keeping an eye on everybody.
This
And
goes back into the dining room.
this goes to the dining room that John just was in, and then this other space that you entered into is the theater conversion. Let me just find that real quick. 15, right? 15? No, 8. This room, occupying 2 stories, is not part of the original house design. This looks like it was converted after the fact, so that Memphis clearly made this as kind of a usable theater within his house. A gallery was created on the second floor at the same time by opening up one of the corridors. Heavy drapes line the theater's exterior walls. These can be closed to entirely block the windows.
So you're saying this
There's
goes.
There's a proper theatrical stage, occupying around 50% of the room's width. It is raised 3 feet off the ground with a slight incline. So yeah, looks like it's a working stage with an audience space.
Sorry for the interruption.
No worries.
You had said something that was really interesting to me, and I was trying to kind of footnote it. But
Which part?
you said it goes all the way up to the second floor.
Yes, that's right. So
I'm gonna pop in. I see there's another door. I'm gonna look up at the second floor level. Does it look like there is any kind of entryways that would allow for access into this room from the second floor?
No, it does not appear so.
Okay.
If you're looking upwards, right?
Yeah. Then I'm gonna go ahead and just cautiously move into the space and head over to this door.
Okay, got it. This door right here. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Let me go here. This is the prop room, otherwise known as the crime scene.
There's another door that enters into it as well, right?
When we get to a stopping point, I have a question.
Sure, so feel free to ask the question now
Okay.
if you want to.
Can I check this for trapdoors to stage?
Give me a spot hidden roll. Oy. You don't see anything.
How am I so bad at that? Jesus Christ.
You rolled 2 10s.
Does anyone else want to help him search?
No.
Help her search? No. Okay.
Lemro's very focused in the crime scene.
Hey, Daphne, do you think there's any trapdoors here?
Muted.
You're muted, Elizabeth. Oh, God.
Let's see. Oh, no.
Nope. No trapdoors.
Wouldn't even know where to begin.
Elizabeth is like, this dumb bitch, or I'm sorry, Daphne's like, this dumb bitch looking for trapdoors.
Oh.
Where's John? Did we leave John behind? Oh, there he is.
He's in the
John's in the kitchen.
in the kitchen. I think that Chad's AFK at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
John's in
Okay,
the
so you're in
kitchen
the
with
prop
Darna.
room.
John's in the kitchen, I know.
The room is filled with magic tricks and boxes containing more magic tricks, various paraphernalia. You find lengths of velvet rope, oversized playing cards, coils of rope, bundles of silk handkerchiefs, assorted magical apparatus. Of course, the bodies of the dead are no longer here, but you see blood stains on the floor, on the carpeted floor. As you look around, you see several items, 3 of which seem to be used in the incident where the young men were killed. The first is a sword box with within which an assistant is placed and blades are then thrust through, with the victim, in scare quotes, emerging mysteriously unharmed. And you remember that 5 of these swords were used to skewer the first of the Leary brothers. The second piece of equipment is a pot and rope used for an Indian rope trick. And you remember that the second Leary brother was hanged by a rope. And the last item is called a wrist chopper. This is a device with a hand-operated guillotine blade. In the stage act, this is shown to slice vegetables, and then a volunteer's wrist is locked in place. With much fanfare, the blade is dropped down again, only for it to seemingly pass through the participant's wrist, leaving them unharmed.
Got his feet too.
So with John's like mechanical expertise and understanding generally that like most like stage magic is like a matter of like illusion and misdirection. Can he inspect that hand chopper to sort of see how it works, or like what the mechanism for?
Absolutely. So do you have mechanical? Do you have mechanical repair?
Yes.
I will give you a bonus die on that roll.
Let's see here.
Hey, John. You got an you got an electric torch in that bag of yours?
Like a flashlight?
No. Like a welder?
I mean, yeah, he is trained in electrical repair and he is trained in welding, so I would assume so.
Cool. Once you're done figuring out if they work or not, go ahead and make sure they never work again.
So I'm not sure. Was my roll the first one or the second one?
So your initial roll was the 67, and then
Okay.
your bonus die was an 8, so that's worse. So you're not able to find out exactly how it works, but playing around with it, you do kind of see that the blades actually bend back, like there's a hinge
Hmm.
there. So you're not exactly sure how it prevents it from hurting someone, but it does seem like it's not a normal chopper.
I got you. So what he does is he like returns it to sort of like the fixed starting position where the blade is raised, and then he just like says, "Y'all might want to cover your eyes," and he like puts a little thing of welding goggles on, and pulls out his little welding torch, and he just like gives it like 2 or 3 good tack welds at the top to sort of like seal the blade in place.
Okay.
Takes a look at it and says, "Yeah, magic that, sons of bitches." Gives John a pat on the shoulder. Not
As he's doing that, you see the top of a coil of rope slip from a handle and unravel across the floor like a snake, sliding just a couple of feet farther than seems normal.
I aim at it with my shot. I will shoot a rope. I shot a bed. I will shoot a rope.
So are you firing your gun?
No, I'm pointing my gun at it. Is it moving
Okay.
more?
No, it stops.
Oh, okay.
Damn it, I want to shoot
Smart
that
rope.
rope.
Are there any recognizable symbols of the occult in this space? Anything that might be used in a ritual, for example?
You don't see anything like that in this room.
Okay. So Sally is like looking for that, and but what she says is, I don't feel like this space was used ritually.
So you're trying to get to that door? Yeah, so I'm just gonna open a bunch of them then. So I'm gonna open these doors and this door because they all lead to this space, which is a veranda.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing of particular interest
Mm.
in the veranda.
There's it is. I look over at the rope, though. I'm going to walk over to it and step on it. Does it move or anything crazy?
No.
All right. I'm going to set the shotgun like down on its sling, and I'm going to pull out my butterfly knife, and I'm just going to start segmenting the knife, if I'm able to, into small little nuggets of rope.
So you're cutting the rope into pieces.
Yep.
Sure, you cut the rope into pieces.
I'm not going to be hung. What was the last one? Sword box?
Yeah.
I look over at it. Kind of step back a bit. Are the swords in the box? Like, are they off to the side?
They're in the box.
Hey, John. Just weld them where they're at.
Not the worst idea.
I'm sorry, what was in the box?
So there's a box
Swords.
that has sword slots. The swords are already in the box. Just tack weld the swords to the slots so that they can't go further in and stab people.
Okay. Yeah, he like, puts his goggles back on and starts going to work.
Pull them out.
So as you start doing that, I'm going to ask John and Lemro and Daphne to make dodge rolls.
Where is that? Man, we have like, it's nothing but red.
And then I'm going to, I want to do how does my keeper rolls work? Gerp.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
Excellent.
Lemro, more like luck row, am I right?
Oh, luck. Get out of here.
So hold on a second.
Wait, do I need to roll too?
No, it's just us three.
Nope, I didn't ask you to roll.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure this out.
You're far enough away.
So is the goal that we need to roll lower than our number?
Yeah, so you have a number that's set by your skill level, but it's also a percentage base. You have a 35% chance of dodging things normally.
What is
So you're
that?
pretty light on your feet.
Oh, so I'm just rolling. I'm rolling against something, something. And so let's see.
That's the damage you
Terrifying.
take.
Success. No, it's not. No,
No!
it's not. No, it's not. So Lemur, you are
Dodge.
really wary and skittish, and you see it coming, and so you're able to dodge out of the way. But Daphne and John, swords come out, and they fly across the room at you, and they slash you as they move past and jam into the walls. So what happens is that each of you takes that much three damage,
Okay.
and
Damn,
all
that's sharp.
all of you in the room who witness this, including Sally, need to make sanity rolls. So let's explain that real quick, right? So with a sanity roll, okay. So just make a sanity roll, and we'll talk about what happens.
All right.
So Lemur, all right, beautiful, 2 successes. Oh, actually, yeah. Okay, great. Hold on, I'm trying
Where's
to
the
remember the rules.
sanity
Trying to remember the
slot?
rules.
Sorry.
Okay, great. You succeeded.
Oh.
Daphne.
Too spooky.
Okay, and then do we have one from John?
Yeah, I'm trying to
John.
find it on
Yeah.
my.
Up at the top, it's
He had
actually
it
one of the hard skills.
extreme.
If it's up at the top right. It'll be right under your gender and residence.
Yeah, so just click on that
There's hit points,
to roll
magic
It'll
sanity.
say sanity number/number.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Wow, that's a lot of
Um,
sanity.
So Daphne, you see this, and this seems completely bizarre, and so you cry out in terror and drop everything that you're holding.
So does hit point loss cause loss of sanity?
No.
The cult should
No.
does.
It says my sanity is 67 of 70.
Oh, it might have. Your sheet might not have been adjusted from the last time somebody played that character, so you can make it 70 of 70. That's not a big deal.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so just a couple quick things.
Sorry, I didn't mean to click that again.
You gotta do edit mode at the top first.
Got you. Thank you. Boom. Fixed.
If an investigator loses 5 or more sanity points as a result of one single sanity roll, they risk becoming temporarily insane. But you did not do that. So you.
What did I roll?
So we're just gonna. I'm gonna roll a d4, and that's how much sanity that you lose.
I'll just shoot straight with you, Daphne. Anything happens to you, I'm taking that car.
So you could adjust down your
That's
sanity.
dark.
That's fair. All right.
I will make sure it is well taken care of.
It's not in the will, but it's in the will.
Not in the will, but whenever there's a will, there's a way.
Oh, it's changing a VIN number is not that hard.
I mean, in the 20s, yeah, really.
No,
wasn't.
not at all. You got the tools, no problem. Just a power sander.
So exactly what did we all see occur? The swords.
You saw 3 swords shoot out at you, and come at you and slashed Daphne and stuck into the wall.
Yeah.
The rest of
Did
them
they come
stuck into the
from
wall.
which
The box.
direction did they come from?
They came from
This
inside the
way?
box.
Where's the box, though?
The box was the thing that John was trying to seal up.
What was that?
John, you hear the remaining 2 swords clattering in the box.
All right. Once the swords are kind of hit into the wall, and Lemro does his badass Dark Souls dodge roll, not even phased by the fact that objects can fly, because I've seen that shit. It's just whack. I am going to immediately move my shotgun and myself over to where the sword that was closest to me hit the wall, and I'm going to use my weight as a fulcrum and the shotgun as a braking device to shatter the blade in the wall, or at least bend it so that it cannot be used as a sword anymore.
Okay, could you use a strength? Give me a strength roll.
You got it.
I'm trying to find something.
No. I'll get a bonus die for
John, do you want to help Lemro?
Yeah, do you want to help me?
Yeah, I see what Lemro's doing, and I'm like, yeah. I got you, man.
And
Oh.
you could, John, you can roll strength with a bonus die.
Meanwhile, Daphne is just like backing out of the room, like, I don't know about this anymore. I don't know
I
about
see.
this room.
With the bonus die, it'll be 75 minus 7.
No.
No.
Bonus die changes the tens result. So you roll a 75, and then you roll a 7, which means you can change it to a 75. You rolled the same result.
Oh.
You rolled the same exact thing, yeah.
I got you. Well, that sucks.
That's not
So
working.
you're having trouble bending it, basically.
Okay. Does the sword seem to be moving in its space at all?
It's clattering in there.
But it's stuck in the
but
wall.
it doesn't seem to be moving out of the box that it's in, and the other swords are stuck in the wall.
Okay, cool. Then I'm just gonna. Go ahead.
Go ahead. What you're gonna do?
I was gonna say I'm gonna move back into the theater.
Okay. As this is happening, Shisho, we need Sally to make a dodge roll.
What the fuck?
Lem, where are you going?
Oh no.
And so what happens is that you feel a rope wind around your neck.
Another one?
Yep. There are several ropes in the room.
Oh,
and
no.
you start feeling yourself being dragged into the air.
Okay. Does Lemro spot that or no?
Wait, can I pull out one of my many knives and cut the rope above me? Or above my head?
You could certainly try. I mean, you're being strangled. And it looks like
Believe in her.
So Lemro, you've moved out of the room, but you probably will see what's happening, and John certainly sees what's happening.
Daphne is safe.
Yeah.
Daphne has been backing out of the room like, I don't know about this.
John kind of runs over to this area.
Can I make an attack with my knife against the rope?
Yeah, I'll let you do that. The others can also attempt to free her by making strength rolls.
Oh my god, what is up with my rolls? They're just so bad.
You're not alone.
Oh no.
She's waving her knife around.
She's waving her knife around wildly, and Lemro and John, you see her being dragged into the air.
Yeah. Lemro is going to, seeing that she is a lot less sizable than he is going to basically jump into the air and dive tackle into Sally in a way that not like throwing her in one direction, but is pulling her, not pulling her straight down, pushing her to the side, so that instead of putting the weight on her neck, it'll be putting the weight kind of up. I'll be lifting her up in the charge throw.
Okay, so Sally takes 2 points of damage from this initial round of asphyxiation. Lemro, you could make a strength roll. If John is assisting or trying separately, you could both make those rolls with advantage.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess John will take one leg and Lem can take the other.
Strength roll.
Go ahead, Chad. Make a bonus roll.
Bonus roll.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. So both of you together managed to pull Sally, free her from the rope, and the rope crumbles to the floor.
Okay. The second it happens after that, I kind of annoyedly move back into the theater. And as I'm doing so, I yell loud enough so that it echoes in this larger room. And I say, "Enough games! You want the book back? Talk!"
Wait, before
And
we keep
go ahead.
moving, I have a question. Not to be that kid that asks about homework, but do we need to roll sanity for that rope trick?
You do need to roll sanity for the rope
Okay.
trick. Yeah. But all of you who were there to witness it.
This shit doesn't phase me. It's just animate objects. I saw this day one, baby.
John Brown, nice.
Wow,
Good with that
nothing
sanity.
phases you.
Yeah, he is convinced that this is all a bunch of mechanical smoke and
Trickery.
bullshit.
So we got one from Lemma, we got one from Sally, we got from John. We need one from Daphne.
Yeah,
Daphne
he hasn't
wasn't in
figured
the
it out
Oh,
yet.
Oh, she
Daphne
she
was
wasn't
was
in
there.
the
in the she was in the
Okay,
theater
that's
room
cool. Then you're
already.
good. You are good.
Yeah.
I'm doing just checking in on time again. Are we good for how much longer? Another 10 minutes or
10
10
minutes.
minutes.
But
Yeah, 10 minutes sounds good.
I'm yell out to the ether. I say, if you want the book, talk, and I will raise up the purse and put my shotgun against it and wait.
John lights his torch.
I look at him with a smile. Yeah, hold that
nothing
up.
happens. Nothing happens.
I pull the book out and I light it on fire with the torch.
Just like hold it over the torch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so John's like holding his torch at like arm's length, but he's got it like turned upwards so the flame's going up.
You start to burn the book?
Yeah, once the flames get to a nice kind of like hot burning in my hand, I'm just going to throw the fucking thing onto the wooden theater, and I'm going to walk
So
out.
as you're doing that, I'm gonna as you're starting to do that, you're gonna need to make a power roll. And I wanna.
Didn't get it.
And then how do I want to do whisper rolls to myself? How do I do that, John?
I'm also holding a shotgun.
How do I do a whisper roll to myself?
So you type /GM or you change whatever sheet you're
And
in
then I
to
do,
GM
and then how do I do the roll?
Well, no, if it's on a character sheet, you need to change the character sheet to roll to GM
Oh,
only.
shit.
I don't know
Okay,
how that works for
okay,
this
okay.
character sheet because
All right, I could do this. Yeah, just give me 1 second.
It's not a game I DM'd.
There, I got it. I've got it. Gonna do.
There's
this.
a whisper to keeper option on our character sheet.
Yes. And
So I will
turned that
say,
one off.
the shotgun's still pointed at the bat or at the book. So holding the book out, shotgun up. If the book starts to leave my hand, I'm pulling the trigger.
I understand. Did you see that?
No.
Okay. Okay. So nothing happens.
Okay, we light the book on fire and burn it to shit. I will throw the remnants of the book, the burning remnants, onto the wooden stage.
Okay. So there's
Does
a
the
burning
stage
book
start to
on the
go up?
stage. No, I don't think that it would light the stage on fire.
I look at John and I say, burn that fucking stage. Make it a kindling.
You're gonna burn the house
Honey,
down?
you're gonna burn the
whole
house down.
Fucking house down.
We haven't even looked at see what's upstairs, honey.
Do not care. Did you see what happened with the sword, ma'am? And I look over at her arm that's probably been cut.
Yeah. John's gonna
I
look
think
around
I did.
I believe it
and sort
says
of kind of assess the situation and think about what the best way to start a fire would be.
it's wood.
I mean, yeah, but it's like
Make a bleh. Make a strength roll, Lemro.
Certainly. He's fighting. You can hear him fighting me in his voice. He's like, no, stop it. You're ruining everything.
No, it's fine. It's
Burning
fine.
your house down.
How does that work?
clearly Lemro does not like. Lemro and John are going to have a conversation when this is over, but for now he trusts Lemro's instinct.
Okay.
I mean, it's literally my mindset right now.
Yeah.
This place is made out of wood. I'm not in the basement.
House down now, we eliminate any chance of getting justice for these children.
You're probably right. But we also destroy a lot of occult shit. And if they try to run out of the house after we light it on fire, I'm ready for them.
Well, can some of us get out of the house before you light it on fire?
Yeah, you
So
should.
Lemro feels a massive invisible force hit him in the chest and knock him back against a wall,
Okay.
taking
Even though I
10
succeeded on the
10
strength?
yeah. So it was really more about the it was an opposed roll, so I did a roll from yeah.
Okay, so I take 10 damage. That's enough to kill me.
So
Just
let's just go
outright.
back. Well, hold on a second. We're gonna find this out.
John immediately starts running around the room and lighting like the curtains, like the
Everything.
stage, like anything. Like he's putting his torch on anything, and like once the flame starts taking root there, he like moves on to the next thing and starts burning it too.
How many hit points does Lemmer have?
10.
Okay, so it's you're not dead because it needs to be more than your maximum hit points.
Okay.
So you are just about dead, but you have a major wound.
All right. And I'm thrown back against the wall.
You
Chest.
fall prone and make a con roll.
Okay.
Success or failure. See? Okay, great. So you have avoided falling unconscious from that major wound.
Mm-hmm. Daphne, get the fuck out. I say as I stand back up.
Oh, I'm sorry. If the current hit points fall to 0 when the character has a major wound,
I just received a major wound.
the character is dying.
Yeah, I didn't have a major wound when you dealt the damage.
Got it. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, you're on the ground.
Cool. Do I have an idea of where the force kind of hit me from?
No.
Okay. Then I say to Daphne, get out. And then as that's happening, I am going to stand up and watch John do his work and keep an eye on him to make sure.
I don't think you're not able to stand up, I think, at this point.
Oh.
At least for a couple of rounds, because you
Oh, if we're in a combat round wise, it sounded like it was more narrative. Sorry. So
well, even still, so I'm not sure exactly how this system works when it comes to that, but like you have 0 hit points.
Yeah.
So like you probably just can't pop right back up.
No. I'm not saying that like I'm just like ha ha. I'm just saying like I'm getting off of the ground as best I can, and then I'm going.
Or someone can help lift you up, maybe.
John's busy, and if he offers to do so, I'm like, no, keep doing it. Burn this shit.
Why not?
Yeah,
Daphne would go back to him and be like, you better come out with me too. We gotta get you to a doctor.
Okay.
Sally, can you help me?
Sally will help.
All right. And I've got the shotgun. I've got one arm over her. I've got the shotgun kind of on, like hanging on its sling so I can hip fire from it. Probably won't be able to get multiple shots off, but, nice one-shot blast. The kick will probably ruin me even harder than that. But yeah, I'm keeping an eye on John as best I can. Once he's got a good fire going, we're leaving, and then we're going to keep doing it on the outside. This place is kindled. I don't want it to exist anymore. It's so mad.
So when burning the house down, okay, you can make that choice if you want to. I mean, you're basically cutting off a huge amount of what's going to happen, but that's okay.
No, yeah, I know. But like, if you think about it, we were just assaulted.
Ends the story.
We were just assaulted.
Wrong choice.
And a lot of us were very well wounded by that. Am I wrong in that assessment?
Elizabeth,
she took a hit.
Daphne was slashed. Sally was partially strangled. Yeah.
Yeah.
And John was also slashed.
Once we get outside, again, I'm gonna cue John to keep lighting fires on the outside and making sure this whole place just eventually stoves in on itself. And I'm gonna look to Daphne. I'm gonna say, run. Go find a cop. Tell them you were attacked by the person inside. A fire got started on accident. And we might need the fire brigade. But try and be as eccentric as you can in your screaming. So they take their time. Hopefully they just get here when this place is already done with. I pull out a cigarette and smoke it. I light it with the fire of the house if possible.
So, trying to drag his ass out of the house, towards the front.
Anything magical stopping us?
From leaving the house?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, we get out. We burn it down.
Okay, you burn the house down.
Okay.
Nice.
Burning down the house.
I will wait, but I do want Daphne to run away while I'm sitting
Okay.
outside and try and raise
Yeah.
the cops.
You hear
So
strange,
then-
strange explosions coming from different parts of the house as it's burning.
Yeah, once outside, I guess John will kind of do a quick circle around the house and start a few fires on the outside. And then go back to where Lem's at, and then he kind of turns his torch off, puts it away, and then he pulls a shop rag out of his tool belt, kind of cleans off his hands, and then ties it around the slash wound on his arm, pulls it tight so he's not bleeding everywhere.
They don't want to fucking talk. They can fucking burn.
Is that how all your interrogations go?
Oh, we still got some business to deal with. Luckily, we've got
shit, man.
Luckily, we've got
Kinda
connections.
Looks at him smoking a cigarette. He says, "Can I get one of those?"
Yeah. Looks up at Sally. Disapprove of my methods?
I'm just worried about what Vaughn's thugs are gonna do to me now.
No, they're not going to do anything to you. Because, look at me. And look at your friend here. We got our asses beat. We killed the guy who did it. And we know who it is if they show up again. We tell them Harold Hawkins did it. We got the wounds to prove that he did. And Vaughn's going to be pissed. And he's probably going to send some folks after him. We got this handled. All angles. Police are going to be here soon. I got Joey to say he let me have access to the place. I was assaulted. And then guess what? If Harold Hawkins wants to put his face into the situation, I look down at the shotgun. I'm still ready to blow his fucking face off.
Sally looks at Lemro like he is way fucking crazier than she ever imagined. She doesn't want him to die. Can she try to perform some kind of first aid?
Absolutely.
Major wound is probably broken ribs, I'm assuming, based on the shot, right? Does that sound fair, Andy?
Yeah, for sure. You're coughing up blood.
Yeah. Still smoking,
She
though.
probably does more damage than good.
Yeah,
Kills
not
him.
helping a whole lot.
You know what? I'm okay. This is a good way for him to die. You know what you need to do next? If Harold Hawkins shows his face, Vaughn wants to be the one to hit it.
Fair. And he is running down the road screaming, by the way.
Sally's not sticking around to be caught next to this inferno, and
You start to hear sirens.
hey, John, you don't want to be caught around here either. Let's go.
If I'm still...
Yeah, he's
not.
like, "Come on, Lem, let's get you on your feet." He throws Lem's arm over his shoulder.
Sally is like, leave him.
Pushes you away.
Make a con roll with a penalty die.
Who, Lemra?
Yeah.
Oh,
I failed it
Lemro?
without the penalty.
Penalty. Yeah, Lemro dies.
John,
What?
leave the body. We have to go.
He stopped one more fucking occult thing from happening in this world. If Harold
I'm
Hawkins
sorry.
shows his face, kill him. Is
I'm
the
sorry,
last thing
John.
that Lemro said.
I didn't mean to
Lemro, you're
kill you.
dead.
This is
No,
a good way to
Lemro
go.
wanted to be dead, basically, at this point.
Yeah, this is a good way to go.
Yeah, he realizes that Lem is dead, and he just like drops him, and then he looks at him for a second, and
Get
then
the
he's
shotgun.
like, and he grabs the shotgun and like starts running.
Which, by the way, not to get to like SJW, but now you've got two brown people running
Running
from
from
an
the cops.
arson.
And sirens are coming.
Sirens are coming. Like, we got to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's
And
like we
not be
go.
associated with this in any way.
honestly, you're 100% accurate. I apologize for dying and putting you in
Did
this.
And,
Lem leave the keys in the car?
Lemro has the keys on his
Forget
person.
the fucking car. Like,
No,
we
you
need
take
to
the car.
go. I'm out. Like Sally, if Sally is ducking through alleyways and going
Fine,
behind
it's fine. I'll hotwire that
kitchens,
bitch.
and she's done. She's gone. She's not sticking
she
around.
has a
She's not-
flashback to another house where there was a dead body and burning it
Yeah.
down and her running away.
Oh no.
Yeah. But that was a little bit more controlled than this. This is like absolute.
Hey.
This is just arson.
It's kind of like the physical manifestation of paranoia and trauma. Like,
100%. So, if you think about it from a tactical position, Lemro was 100% on the right, i.e., drew attention to himself. No one else got hurt, and the house is gone. The house where bad things are happening. Whatever magic is present there is no longer allowed to linger.
That's
Yeah,
not necessarily true, though.
It's
Like,
almost
there's no.
self-explanatory.
Okay, so are we still in narrative, or are we
I'm dead,
kind
so
of
I'm out.
taking a break from the narrative?
Well,
Do
if
you?
you want to take a break from the narrative, you can.
Okay, so like it from like knowledge, like out of character knowledge, if that thing is a Yogg-Sothoth, like the invisible thing that was pounding on us, like it's not gone. It's seeing the fire and it's crawling away. It's invisible. It's still out there in the world. We didn't stop it.
Yeah, no, for sure. But the guy who did it doesn't have a house and a bunch of weird props and crazy shit in his house and whatever occult nonsense he was layering in there. It's all gone.
So I guess my question for you is, do you want to like do a prologue where you do other stuff in this adventure, or do you want to sort of cut here and I can tell you the backstory?
I kind of want to do a bit of I think you meant epilogue.
Yeah, an epilogue. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a bit of an epilogue to sort of like wrap it up.
Mhm.
Okay.
Lemro's funeral.
No.
No,
A
he's
bunch
just
of like a bunch of old ladies.
You
They're-
actually,
toe tag.
They're
in the morning.
sobbing.
if you actually do follow through Daphne on Lemro's state of affairs, he has a will drafted. It's 5 words. Burn me, put me in urn. Oh, sorry, more than 5 words. Burn me, put in urn. 5 words.
That's it.
No funeral, no nonsense. He doesn't want any shit.
John says we could have just left him in the house.
Don't say that out loud. They wouldn't know you were there. That's Shisha very,
Oh,
very
no.
specific point to know. They will fucking be horrible to you.
Yeah. Well, if that's what Lemro wanted, that's what Lemro gets.
Easy
And
peasy.
she'll tell his lady lovers that he just hightailed it out of Dodge.
Do the other characters want to do anything else additionally after the fact?
John's gonna take Lemro's lighter.
Okay.
The little memento.
Sally's getting the fuck out of the East Coast.
That makes sense.
The East Coast.
Go west.
She's
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess like
back to California, and she's staying away from these nutty
New
East
England is
Coasters.
weird.
Yeah.
How about
I guess
Daphne?
She returns to mostly normal, but also keeps an eye out for adventure.
For about a week or two after the events at the house, you receive a letter in the mail,
Mhm.
Daphne, and it is from Ingrid, and she just thanks you for your kindness, and she says that Harold seems like a new man. He's
Oh,
back to his old self, and things are better again.
excellent news.
Makes you think of Lemro.
I think
And he
makes me
did
think
the
of-
right thing.
He did his best. What a good boy.
He's just doing his best. Such a good boy.
What a good boy.
Don't reward that.
Now listen.
You can't reward someone
If we
who's
had
dead.
one more round of that, you all would be dead. If it was just props and trinkets and stuff smashing you, I
Oh, yeah.
guarantee you would have been dead. We
Oh,
did
yeah.
not have the wherewithal
That
to
one-
fight invisible targets.
Yeah, that one hit already got me like a quarter there. Or like a third, actually. So that's fair.
So if you're interested in the backstory at all,
Yeah.
so what happened is that when Memphis and his assistant Josephine went to Bhutan to perform there, he was searching out some magic occult people to sort of up his game, and he came into contact with someone who basically contacted Yog Sothoth, which is one of the big horrible gods in Cthulhu mythos, and both Memphis and his assistant Josephine went completely insane, and started learning from the power of this god, and so his magic became all the more spectacular. He came home and treated his apprentice, Harold Hawkins, with a newfound disdain and didn't want to have anything to do with him. Harold became increasingly angry and jealous about this, so much so that he snuck into Memphis's house and stole a book, learned some spells, confronted Memphis, and in his fury, Memphis was completely destroyed, except he wasn't, because his spirit entered the house and was creating a kind of negative effect on Harold's psyche, trying to control him with the goal of eventually luring him back into the house and imprinting Memphis's spirit and displacing Harold forever. So in the house, there was a whole bunch of things that would have happened if you would have sort of stuck around and looked to discover some of these things, including lots of other horrors as well.
Or
And we'll never
burn it all down and it's all destroyed.
Okay, well that is the Call of Cthulhu like trope, is just burn the house down, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I mean,
Okay.
I know the gimmick.
Okay.
don't make
And you did it.
don't make horrible layers out of wood.
Well, I hope you had fun.
Oh, I did. It's a very
It was
very good ending for Lemro, and it saved people. It actually affected people, so that's good.
Saved a future marriage.
Saved a future marriage. Saved Sally.
Yeah, introduced John to his like new benefactor and patron.
Yeah. Got John a job.
Yep.
And showed him not a lot of the horrors that could have been.
I tell you what, though,
Just a taste as a treat.
Yeah.
even as he's just like driving Daphne around in her sweet ass car, that shotgun's always in the trunk,
Hell yeah.
and that lighter's always in his pocket.
Aw. In at a corner, just like staring off into space, like tap tap.
I couldn't think of any other way of like drawing the attention away from everybody else other than calling him out. I figured it was gonna
Well done.
I figured it was gonna be negative. I didn't think I was gonna die from one shot.
Well, so
But
So
that's
the
cool.
thing is that if you wouldn't have attacked the book, which is the summoning of Yog-Sothoth, it wouldn't have reacted in that kind of a way.
Yeah, I expected a violent reaction.
There are other kind of minor things that would have happened throughout the house,
Yeah,
like the rope thing and the swords thing,
yeah.
and some other fun stuff.
Stuff upstairs that we avoided. But yeah,
Another spell book that's now destroyed.
I'm okay with that.
Sally's like, damn it.
I'm okay with that.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
I will see you all later. Let me know if there's going to be any
Thanks.
follow up or future games.
Real quick,
I
thanks
mean,
for watching.
not
Stopping
for
the
this
stream.
particular adventure, but
Ciao.
I'm certainly